And we are live once more here on Plus One EXP's Roll for Content channel. My name is Tony Vicenda. I am Chief Alchemist here at Plus One EXP, which is a weird little brand where our hope and desire is to help amazing designers find great players who love their games and amazing players find great designers whose games they can love. We do that in a lot of different ways, but the most fun way is what we are doing today. That's sitting down with the creators of games to play those games. You heard it here first, folks. Playing games is fun and a great way to engage with them. We've got an amazing crew of folks who are going to be playing. I'm going to hand things over pretty quickly to them, but I have asked them to, as I hand things over, to introduce themselves and tell us their favorite real-world card battling creature. It could be from Yu-Gi-Oh! It could be from any card battling game you want. Chat, tell us who you are, where you're watching from, and what your favorite battling card is also out there. You're on call also too. We have discussed safety already in our first stream for this, so if you want to go back and see that conversation. We also did check in before stream to make sure there's nothing we need to add. However, just as a note, we have no sexual violence, no sexual coercion as hard lines, and then vomiting stuff as a veil. So no extreme descriptions of vomit or anything else vomit related. So with that said, I'm going to hand things over to Evan to introduce themselves, and then they can pass it to somebody else. Evan, why don't you go ahead and tell us who you are, what you do, and that favorite card battling card.
Hey, howdy, everyone. I am J. Evan Parks. I just go by Evan. I use he, him pronouns. And yeah, I wrote this game. I quickly grabbed a card from a Yu-Gi-Oh binder I have right next to me and pulled out Mind Hacksaws.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because I'm just like, I love the name of this card, Mind Hacksaws. It seems completely, it's all right. It's an all right card, but I'm just so entertained by its name.
Awesome. Love it. Who do you want to pass it to?
Alyssa.
Hey y'all, I'm Alyssa, pronouns they, them. Unfortunately, the only card game I really play is Magic. And my first trusty commander, my beautiful baby girl, Niv-Mizzet Visionary, I think is the favorite card that I will say. Do not have him on my desk, unfortunately.
Wait, which one is it? Is it Niv-Mizzet?
Niv-Mizzet, Visionary.
Visionary. Oh, hell yeah.
But I will pass it to Dylan.
Oh gosh, this is a terrible category for me. I was not allowed to collect trading card games as a kid because my parents saw it as just like a money sink and an addiction.
They're
and they're right.
I mean,
They're
yes,
right.
but it's not really a point of view I want to promote here on this channel exactly. So what I got fixated on is that there is a Star Trek customizable card game that was made by Decipher in the 90s. And when they stopped making it, fans just kept making it. They're still making it. And there's a committee that governs like the creation of these unofficial cards. And so every obscure character from Star Trek before 2005, they cut it off there, has their own card. And so I'm scrolling through the Blue Sky account that logs all of them.
Now I just want to talk about this the rest of the time because I need me an original OG Barkley. You know what I'm saying? Like I need the original Barkley card for sure.
Oh my god!
But I'm gonna pick Slar, who is the CGI Gorn that appears in the Enterprise episode where they go to the Mirror Universe. He has his own card now, fan created, approved by the continuing committee for the Star Trek customizable card game. Let's go, Slar.
God, that was such a trip, and I am so glad we went on it. Viditya is falling down a rabbit hole right now. Viditya is going through their mind palace at this moment.
I mean, you can see it in my face. I don't think I can hide it. There he is. There's Slar. Gorn Slave Master. Look at this guy. Oh, I love this. Wow. Oh my god.
All right, Vidit, it's your turn.
Is it me? Hi everyone. I'm Viditya Voleti. I use he, him pronouns. I make games. I teach games. That's it. That's what I do.
So if you make games and teach games, what would that make you?
It would make me a scholar gamer. It would. Hi everybody. I'm Viditya Voleti. He, him pronouns. I'm a scholar gamer. Okay. So sorry. We're not only I truly love TCGs. I love card games so much. I'll play any and every single one of them that I can get my hands on. And my favorite cards are I will do oh fuck. What? No. I have them. I have them in my brain. Hold on. Okay. So for Yu-Gi-Oh, I love there's so many cards I could say, but I think I'm gonna go with Gaga Gigo. I love Gaga
Yes.
Gigo.
Oh my gosh.
I was trying to run through. I was like, who could be possibly my favorite? But I bring up Gaga Gigo so often, naturally.
It looks like I got to Google Gaga Gigo.
Gaga
The archetypes
Gigo.
in Yu-Gi-Oh are wild.
They're
I love
wild
them.
because he's an archetype, and then Gaga Gigo has a whole story where he turns into Giga Gaga Gigo, and then Go Giga Gaga Gigo, and then Go Giga Gaga Gigo Risen or something because he falls to darkness and then comes back.
Dylan,
to
you
the
do
light.
gotta Google Giga Go Goggle.
I just Google Giga Go Gaga Gigo, and when you know what they say, if you Google Giga Gaga Gigo, he's gonna ask for a carton of milk to go with it.
Oh yeah.
The child
my-
safety locks are turning on.
Oh my god, I was right. It is the Risen. I was like,
oh man, that's
okay.
so good. We went on so many good trips in that dumb question that I came up with yesterday that I sprung on y'all 5 seconds before we went live. But that said, it's time. Oh wait, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I also wanted to say my favorite Magic card, which is Krenko, Mob Boss. I love all my little goblins so much. And that's it. Sorry, I just needed to say both of my cards.
I mean, I'm here for
Thank
it.
you.
But it's now time for Duel Justice Part 2. Evan, take us back in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ritual Deck Duel Justice Part 2. Last episode, we had a lot of stuff going on, didn't we? We started off meeting our characters and introducing ourselves to this new world, Battle City Prep, and our 3 duelists, 2 of which seem to have been afflicted by an ancient spirit, and one of them mysteriously not, but also having memories of this ancient past. We have Dylan playing Freddie Bell, the Law, who is a kind of punk rock, anti-authoritarian, black and white thinking teenager. We have Alyssa playing Heather Worthington, the Scion, who is a prim and proper rich girl. And Viditya Voleti is playing Rayansh, the Tomb Keeper, a dour by day, excited by death by night, little freak of a teen. Our episode kicked off whenever the school play got canceled because the star was murdered, supposedly by the understudy. So Scott Rudolph was found dead, and arrested for the crime was Lee Allen, his understudy, and Rayansh's old friend from some time in the past. So that, of course, brought our duelists into the fold for investigation. And it led to storming the Student Security Council offices, having several run-ins with the student law of campus, most notably with Jacques Hughes and Justine Giltay.
Yep. Yep.
And at night, some creepy things happen that we don't have full explanation for. We'll probably explore those over the course of the game. A little bit of a mechanical run through. The central question we're trying to answer this episode is, who is the real murderer of Scott Rudolph? This is a complexity 6 question, which, as a reminder, 6 is the number that we're going to be rolling against when we decide it's time to theorize. Every clue we add to our eventual theory will be a plus to that roll. So, if we get 6 clues, we'll be balancing out our roll eventually. The ensuing opportunity here is to resolve this episode by defending your friend in court and defeating the real murderer in a climax duel. We'll explain what a climax duel is later. The clues we currently have are a bloody gavel that Lee saw at the murder scene, but mysteriously wasn't there when y'all went to check. A glowing talisman that was around Justine's neck after y'all dueled. A trap door right underneath where the body was found. There's maybe a mysterious man under there. Who knows? Um, there's blinking text that said "look up" that was in the galley. Um, and then in Scott's hands, in his corpse, his death grip were a collection of cut zip ties. Those are all the clues that y'all found last session. Is there anything that I did not mention right now that y'all would like to bring up ahead of time before we really get in?
That matches my notes.
Alrighty. Because this is a two-shot, I want to get a little bit more of the overarching story in. We're going to start on an echo from the past.
Oh.
Freddie, how did you once serve the king of games?
The law began his service to the king of games as a sort of referee. Someone needed to be impartial, or at least seem impartial, when the king of games was playing games, so that the people, the public, would trust the result. Now, the law was not actually supposed to be impartial. It was supposed to appear impartial. And the law initially intended to follow his king's command and give him preferential treatment in these sort of rulings. But he felt compelled during the actual games to call it straight. And he did. And this caused the king to nearly lose a game. The king managed to recover and save his reputation, but he was wise to what's going on. And this created some conflict between the two of them that had to be kept behind closed doors, because no one could know what the real conflict between the law and the king of games was, because then everyone would know the king was trying to fix the games.
All right. All right, everyone. It's school time. A lot of strange things happened last night, but you know what? School always continues. um, so last time, if you used your power words, you may now unmark all the currently marked power words. Also, you may now mark two new homework questions. You can either leave the same two that you had marked last time. You can keep one, change the other, or leave it, or select two new ones. But pick two new homework questions. Once y'all are done with that, we're going to move to our after school phase and get back to investigating. Oh, also, one last thing. Because Rayanch, we left you in a kind of mysterious situation and we're kind of moving to the next phase. I actually want to leave you with a condition.
Okay.
And that condition is what happened in the nurse's office.
Oh, interesting. Okay. And then I just write that in my conditions?
Exactly.
Okay. All right, nice.
Alrighty. So, there's a few things on the table here. I would like to ask you all to each tell me what you'd like to do for this ensuing phase. We're going to have a bit more of a relaxed time about it, considering we don't have to do all of character creation now. There's a few options ahead of you. One, you can go investigating. Two, you can just have some fun scenes. And three, there's quite a few conditions and wounds on the table right now. As a quick run through,
Mhm.
Freddy has 2 wounds, Bloody Knuckles and Primal Scream, as well as the condition, the Man Underground. Heather Worthington has 1 wound and 1 condition, Out of Touch and Marked by Justine. And Rayanch has 2 wounds and 1 condition, Dead Inside, Crybaby, and What Happened in the Nurse's Office. The way you guys can remove conditions or de-escalate your wounds is by doing something called the friendship move. Um, I will explain what this move is now, just because this could be an option y'all want to pursue as an opening scene, perhaps.
Mhm.
Which is when you connect with one or more of your fellow players in a vulnerable scene while indulging in one of your wounds, you may each clear an appropriate condition. Then, the players present may elect to do one of the following: stumble upon a clue relevant to the active episode. You guys will tell me what it is, but it may not conclusively answer the question by itself. 2, you may open a pack of cards in which you will ask a fellow player to give you a new power word relevant to the scene you shared. Or 3, if you choose to instead forego clearing a condition, you may de-escalate a wound into a condition, as long as you keep 1 wound.
Mhm. I mean, that's
So,
cute.
what would you all
That's
like to
very
do tonight?
cute.
Yeah.
Should we do a little friendship move?
I think we should do
Yeah.
a little friendship scene.
I love that. I mean, Rayash for sure has something to talk about, because something happened in the nurse's office. So I'm here to do that. We also have, I feel, I mean, for the sake of two shot and character creation, we've sped through to the fact that we're now buds doing stuff together,
Mhm.
even though we're kind of an unlikely trio.
Yeah.
I'm
We're
kind of
trauma bonded
curious.
now.
We've trauma bonded for sure. How do we meet up? Like, is this like a thing that we do? We now meet up in public, you know, or are we like
Absolutely not.
Yeah, we're meeting in like a secret location. Okay. That was so quick.
I think Heather has taken control of sort of an empty classroom after hours, and that is sort of the designated meetup spot. Like she will
I love
provide
that.
catering for us to
Catering.
talk or meet up, you know, out of the public eye.
I love that so much. That's so cool. We've exchanged numbers, presumably. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I like the idea that we're meeting up in your commandeered classroom.
We arrive and there's already like a really nice charcuterie spread across. Ooh, each of the desks is its own little charcuterie station. And as we're
Yes.
talking, we're like walking through like a buffet with our trays, just being like taking with the individual tongs you've given
With
us.
the tongs.
We're taking little blocks of cheese and meat and fruit, like as we're breaking down the mystery.
Talking about corpses. Exactly.
That's
Yes.
really funny. Oh my god, I love that so much. Okay, yeah. I think Ranch is a little confused by this situation for sure. I think it's like picking up charcuterie, but it's like, okay, what's happening here?
I'm not
You
gonna
can
let it go
just
to waste, right? So
No, I guess not. I'll say, I guess I can start by being like, I went to check out. Sorry, I gotta get back into it. So I went to check out the body last night after hours. I snuck out of my dorm, snuck back into the school, and went to the nurse's office. Checks out. That's a corpse, all right. And well, yeah. And I guess I kept the zip ties. So I would be like, Scott was holding on to. Oh wait, I think I actually maybe did miss this. So I found the zip ties. I was also trying to see there was the stab wound, and then was
Yeah.
there also like a bludgeon wound?
I think I said yesterday that there wasn't like an obvious one that you could
Gotcha.
see.
I missed that. Okay, cool. So I'll relay like, definitely stabbed, which doesn't really align with what could the gavel be for. And also he was holding onto these, and I like dropped the zip ties and go, look at this meat.
Point of order, or an observational check, I guess, for my character. How tight are the zip ties?
They were cut, so it's hard to tell.
Okay, but if you were to like put them back together, like does it look like they were cut by scissors, or does it look like you do that trick that Freddy would know about as a guy who thinks a lot about what happens if he gets arrested, where you want to make them as tight as possible so that it's easier to break them?
I will say, for the purposes of
actually, can I hop in as a notorious CFB power gamer right here? That is a good thing. That is a good thing to leave undefined so that you can choose how you want to interpret them as a clue later. Like, you can be flexible.
Oh, right. Okay. I forgot. Like, I'm still thinking about like trying to solve the mystery as if all the answers were there for me to find.
Yeah.
But that's exactly the kind of thing you should stick in the back of your head as a question. Sorry, Evan. You probably would have answered this the same way. I should just shut my mouth and hang up now.
You're really good.
Oh, this is fun. I like that. This is my utility. Is I'm asking the rookie questions. Audience surrogate.
I love Power Gamer. It's so
the new archetype coming to Ritual Deck soon.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a pretty good one.
All right. So y'all were talking about the zip ties. I also want to just do a slight reminder as y'all are getting into the scene that you have to indulge in one of your wounds, however you interpret that.
Oh, right. Yeah.
As well as you have to clear a relevant condition. So you have to,
Okay, yeah. I'm thinking, well, I have Dead Inside and Crybaby. I mean, like, there's an uncomfortableness. There's a I think I maybe even like confide a little bit in the like, that was fucking tough. Oh my god, that was truly a dead body. Scott's gone. Scott's dead. And I think like maybe a bit of the emotions that my shadow self let himself have starts to seep through a little bit, and I start to like tear up in a way that was like, and like, I don't know, I don't understand. I maybe don't get why it hits so much. I'm trying to think about like how Rayon would actually say this, like maybe more in character. So like I think he's very cagey about it and is like kind of like, I don't know, like, death is cool and inevitable, but like, I don't know. Damn, that this is real, guys. and like starts to and like, does the teenage boy thing of like kind of like hiding away, go like, no, shut up. No, I mean, it's nothing, like, we're gonna solve this, right, guys? It'll be good.
You gotta let it out. You gotta let it out. It's because the world is hard and cold and evil doesn't mean you gotta like live by its emotional rules. Okay, we're here. We're your friends. I'm your friend. And you can let it all out. It's cool. It's like a safe space for you right now.
I mean, hey, that's really nice, actually. No, like, I got so many emotions, like, and so I don't really have good outlets. I thought dueling would be the outlet, but maybe it's not the only outlet.
Well, you know what I do sometimes when I get like really worked up, and I don't, is I just like fucking like roar it out, dude. You should just like you can just like you can just scream, dude. It's good for you. This is why people like metal and shit. You just gotta let it out. You gotta let out like what you might call a primal scream, you know?
Hold for a moment before you do
Yeah,
that.
I need to know what Heather. I need to know what Heather thinks about all this.
Heather goes to one of the servers who is subtly tucked into a corner of the classroom. Like,
there's a server here.
There's a server, yeah, behind. So you know they have those pull down like presentation screens. They are fully standing behind that, and Heather will just say, "Could you please wait outside and deflect anyone if they come by and hear screaming?" And will then like turn back to the group like, all right, do what you need to do. I do think that dueling it out is the better way to handle your emotions, but whatever you need.
I love.
She does not seem convinced of the utility of actually embracing your feelings.
Of screaming and embracing your feelings. No, but I have to embrace my feelings in the duel. I have to scream and let it out. I feel like catharsis. I mean, for the sake of the move, I think that is like also what we're doing narratively. Is I have to reach a level of catharsis here. So, I feel like maybe Rayanch isn't ready to have like a full emotional understanding yet. But we'll be like, all right,
yeah, we'll do it together. So yeah, does that feel good? I felt good doing that.
That felt good. Heather, did you like that? I didn't actually see. Did you scream as well?
I think my mic did not pick up my very lackluster screaming.
Sorry, I genuinely didn't hear it.
It was noise gated out. So that tells you about the level of screaming.
That's great. Okay. I think even more funny is that like at least for Rayanch was not at all expecting Heather to join in at such an intensity, and so starts screaming and then just immediately goes, "Oh, Heather, did you need that? Did you also need this?"
No, all I need is dueling, but it seemed good to build friendship.
Yeah. I like a little sort of like play punch on Heather and then immediately go like, is that cool? Is that all right? That it? Is that cool? I don't know. You got your boundaries or whatever. I'm just charged up by friendship. You're a human being after all.
Oh man, charged up by friendship. You know, that's the name of a move if I've ever heard one. Oh, I love that.
Right. Do y'all want to slip in a little bit extra role playing if you're trying to clear any other conditions or clear any other wounds? Otherwise, we can start wrapping up this friendship scene and moving to some investigation.
Well, I do have a condition that I feel like I should update the gang. That all right, I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable. This is probably gonna sound crazy, but we all just screamed together. So I'm gonna consider this. I just declared this a safe space for Rayanch. I'm gonna try and make that myself for me too. Try to honor that. I saw like a guy under the stage. He spoke to me. He said he recognized me. I just saw like a pair of eyes, and I'm supposed to see. I'm gonna see them again at some point. I don't know what to make of it. I thought maybe I was crazy. Maybe you guys are gonna think that I'm crazy, but I saw what I saw, and there's like somebody underneath the stage who may or may not have the ability to telekinetically control the opening or closing of the trapdoor.
What?
Or it has a remote control or something. I'm jumping to conclusions. I don't know. It was freaky, you guys. It was a freaky thing to happen. There's just a guy. It was like a fucking Scooby-Doo cartoon. It was like you just see the whites of somebody's eyes. What's the light source? I don't know. Anyway.
That's fascinating.
Guys, got any thoughts about that?
I mean, That's really strange. I mean, there must be some sort of connection, right? We have weird, mysterious guy underneath the trapdoor that you said Scott was found dead in front of,
Yeah.
or on top of, right? It was found dead on top of the
I think it
trapdoor?
was right next to.
Or it was next to it. Okay,
Yeah.
Theater
It's an
tech.
easy way for the killer to have escaped. Like, maybe that's the killer, right? Maybe the killer lives under the floorboards of the school, fucking Edgar Allan Poe's Telltale Heart style. I just fucked up my Poe reference, but I haven't actually read it. So,
I know. Well, we don't read classic American literature. Instead, we duel.
That's right.
So unless
if there
I'm
was
using
a ritual deck card based on the Telltale Heart, then I would know it really well.
I know, and weirdly enough, there is. It's the there's the Poe archetype in ritual deck, but I don't know. But I don't know what any of the allegories are actually. My boss monster is a giant crow with an exposed heart, and it's
Well,
that's actually not a bad.
ruled.
Hey, actually,
No,
for Rayanch, not a bad deck to have.
Yeah, I think that rocks.
So the killer might be living under the stage. They could also be above it, because when I was investigating the auditorium, one of the captioning machines told me to look up, and I'm pretty sure I saw someone up there in the catwalks. So it might be a conspiracy.
Really multiple people.
Or one like really fast one.
I mean, multiple people. I feel like the catwalk and underneath. I mean, we haven't talked to any of the. I mean, it was said in chat, but I actually think any of the theater techs or any of the other people who actually work the production.
We did find that hammer that was discarded in the galley as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
It wasn't a clue, but it's just
something
there.
Or
capital C clue. It was like maybe a lowercase c clue.
Right. Well, that's
we should
really
find
strange.
where the stage crew smokes pot and talk to them there.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
On school grounds?
That the stage crew. They respect no law. Awesome.
Yeah, I guess maybe Rayon's just counterculture. I suppose maybe he'd know. Actually, I just realized now that since we're also talking about mysterious things, I didn't necessarily know what was behind another one of the curtains in the nurse's office. Would I have also had there was somebody else, maybe I just mentioned like the vagueness of there's somebody else in the nurse's office. Also it feels like why would they be there in our makeshift morgue if not to potentially keep an eye on the body and see who was there. I can't seem to remember. My time at the morgue was so strange.
Yeah, you were probably in shock.
Huh? Yeah. Heather reaches out very tentatively and awkwardly, pats your shoulder, and says, I think you were a little emotional. It may only make sense that you don't quite remember it clearly.
I mean, I feel my emotions so strongly, but they don't leave my body. It's kind of one of those teenage boy problems. But I felt possessed almost. It was strange. I felt so much more different than who I was.
Huh.
Well,
Are you on any medication? Personal question. I know.
What's the fun? Because you're like Adderall. This is me on Adderall. Oh my god! I genuinely can't think of a funny answer. I think
let's cut the scene right there.
I think we got it. I think that's such a funny.
I think it's a good line for the scene. Okay, so abstracting out the friendship move. I believe there's certainly at least 2 wounds, maybe 3. I think all of them did wounds. I heard the primal scream for sure is definitely named and right out loud.
Said out loud. Yeah.
Rayonch did cry, and Heather was also like, I don't want to be part of this. Kind of out of touch, if you will. What conditions were y'all angling to clear, and or were you wanting to de-escalate one of your wounds instead?
Well,
Clear condition.
does it clear the man underground to acknowledge the man underground, or this guy is still waiting for me or whatever, right? I haven't changed what that means.
So essentially, like, because you talked about it, you can kind of remove it as a condition, which removes the mechanical part of this, where essentially what conditions would do is whenever you're trying to make any type of move, if I think that condition is applicable to that move in any sort of way, that move would be at disadvantage.
Okay.
So, like,
Gotcha.
for example, if you had to go confront this man underground and you had the condition, the man underground, perhaps one, it sounds kind of dangerous, but two, something about would still like be holding your character back, therefore you would roll that move at disadvantage.
Okay.
Versus now, if you've acknowledged it, at least maybe you can be a bit more confident in approaching that situation. So, like, narratively, still affecting, mechanically, maybe less so. So I think there's a fair case of clearing it is the short answer.
Yeah.
Roger that. Thank you.
Let me clear my condition then.
All right. What happened which is you would just at least acknowledge there was someone there.
Somebody was there. I think I left because I was worried.
Yeah. Heather, did you have anything that you think you could clear? I'm not sure you didn't really talk about Justine.
Yeah, so my only thought would be that by having someone run interference when we were doing our primal screaming and then Justine doesn't show up, I'm like, she doesn't know.
That's I think that's clever, and I didn't even see that. So I'll
that's really good. Or potentially, could I maybe get a clue instead of?
So you flat out you get to clear condition unless you choose to de-escalate a wound, and now we all get to pick either A, collectively we pick a clue, or B, everyone gets a power word.
I like that maybe like a part of the scene was like showing the zip ties and then us like maybe figure like Dylan, what you were doing with Freddie being like, let's see if there's something here, like maybe we could turn that into turn this like, okay, so we've synthesized a bunch of this stuff, maybe we find some kind of clue. Or I don't know if like this would change the scene, but if we go talk to some people and get a clue from that.
Yeah,
I mean, I presumably
the stage crew.
Does the clue come from the? I mean, I'm sure it's a little loose, but does the clue come from this scene?
I think it's better when it's like slightly narratively inspired by the scene you shared, but it could be like, oh, maybe there was a note slipped into the door while you were there, or maybe there was something hidden inside the charcuterie. It could be a bit more abstracted out. Like you discover it, but mechanically, just whatever you guys would like to come up with, as long as it doesn't answer the question.
Sure. Oh, because we tell you.
Yeah, y'all get to tell me.
Right.
Right. This is a good time for us to maybe, I don't know, do we have any like, not to trigger theorize, but do we have any like clues that we think would help synthesize some of these, or that would connect up some of the things that we have?
I have some thoughts about the relationship between the trapdoor and the blinking lookup text.
Sure. Yeah. That feels like a good connection. A distraction, right? Presumably it's like a distraction and then a drop is what I'm thinking also.
Yeah, like if someone could be told to look up and one of like two things could happen. Like, let me know if I'm about to theorize. We're skirting the...
I will say I'm going to kind of guard that move until we're later in the session, just so that we have a full 3 hour session.
I will not theorize. I will keep my theories to myself.
Y'all can talk it through, but also note that as you are talking, like maybe I'll introduce something later that will contradict what you're thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that.
All
I
right.
love that so much.
I will share. someone was being told that they were looking up. One of two. It could either be they're looking up and then someone's rising up from the trap door while they're distracted, or it could be a way to get somebody to stand still so you could drop a gavel on their head from the rafters. Or both, right? Drop the gavel, bring the person up. The person in the trap door's got the knife, right? Or I mean, we still have to worry about like how did Lee end up with the knife, right? Did we know that Lee ever touched the knife? Anyway, we got a lot going on. I don't know what you guys think.
No, I like that. We technically don't know about the knife in the fiction.
Oh, right. We don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. That's. I mean, that could also be an interesting clue to stumble upon, as some sort of like something about like another weapon or another murder weapon. Oh, I have maybe a pitch for how we get it, and then like potentially, I like that you sent out the server out into the hall. Perhaps like they come back in, somebody gave them something, or like because there's also like the sliding a note under the door or something like that. Like
just a little Zoom shenanigans. You're gonna see people in the wrong positions when I kick us back over, but we're just gonna keep things rolling while I fix that. Y'all, I think we're coming down to what you wanted that clue to look like, be like. I'll also just say, like, you just have to name what the thing is. Again, you're gonna figure out what it means or how it's involved later on.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah, I always love a good weird object.
Yeah.
Or a threatening note, perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah, how do we feel about a threatening note?
I'm a fan of a threatening note.
Yeah.
Give me, what does it say? Just like a couple words.
Who's got one? I mean, Alyssa, this is your server is handing it back to you. So presumably you read it. I would imagine Heather's like handed it and is like, huh.
I think it's something like, and maybe this ties too much into the other clues, but like the hammer of justice will fall on you all.
Okay.
Oh,
ooh, I like that.
Oh my god! I mean, that's
you don't even know what I have stored. Wow! Did you read this?
Is it in there? Because no, but
that's really fun. Hammer of Justice. I mean, it feels like it's pointed towards security in ways that are maybe too obvious.
Listen,
I mean, I'm convinced the cops did it.
It could be a red herring for all we know.
It could be a red
We'll
herring.
find out.
I mean, it was a law-themed school play too, so maybe they're just going with the play.
Yeah. Maybe talking to some like theater techs or just other people in the play. Well, there was. I mean, even one of the security officers was like practicing for the play,
yeah.
So it feels like kind of a greater school like situation. But okay, cool. I like that.
All right. A few of the places we've seeded that either we've only lightly investigated or not investigated at all. We know there's a backstage area to explore. We know that there's those catwalks crisscrossing up above the atrium. I will also say, logically, there's a control room for the atrium as well for all of the special effects and what have you. And then, that trapdoor has probably got to lead somewhere. Probably somewhere scary, but it's got to lead somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Where do we want to go?
Do we want to go talk to the stage crew during the day and we'll save our sneaking around for nighttime so we can bring our shadow selves?
That seems
I will say, the nighttime is probably going to be relegated to the school trial.
Oh. All right, well, then we don't have time to wait. We got to do it now.
Oh, wow.
In fact, you know what? Let's just put that in narrative. During your classes earlier, there was an announcement that the trial will be held tonight at the set of the play, because when you have a courtroom, you might as well use it.
Fair.
I also love Night Court is what we're having.
Yeah, we've actually brought John Larroquette in to because while we might live in a world that is entirely ruled by the 80s and early 90s, that
We'll always
is still
have that.
canon.
Well, I mean, that was before Ritual Deck really took off, so people were still doing other things.
Yeah. People were still.
Our culture is
There was a
exactly the same,
divergence
except
point
for
in our
instead of the
universes.
internet, we have Ritual Deck.
Damn, that's real.
They have Ritual Net.
They have
log in,
Ritual
play
Net.
online.
Ritual Net.
Oh my god.
Wait,
I have to imagine
I got a
that's
new
what
episode coming on.
Ritual Net. Oh, okay. I can't get into this. My brain's gonna go. My brain's gonna go into so many different places, timeline wise, world building wise.
Alrighty.
Point me in a
Where are
direction,
y'all looking
coach.
to go?
Where do we want to go?
Y'all don't have to travel together. You can split up.
All right, you know what? I feel like this could be true of either Freddie or Rayanch, that the stage crew people would be like our people. But it would also be really funny for Heather to go talk to them, because they're very much not her people.
That's really funny. Yeah. Do we want to do one of us accompanies? I haven't done a scene with Heather yet. I could do like the two of us go to talk to the tech crew. So maybe I'm like, I know where they are. They're my people.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe like kind of, yeah. Like I like that. They're my people, so I can go find them, and then potentially you're coming along also.
Okay. And then while you're doing that,
backup.
Freddie will return to the theater with a flashlight this time, and try and investigate some of the material clues and see if perhaps we run into this mysterious figure who knows who I am.
Love that.
Right. Cool. Let's follow Heather and Rayanch as they head towards. Y'all wanted to go find the theater crew. I think they're probably hanging out behind the set as well. So it's a big area, and it's filled with all these huge painted backdrops from previous productions. There's tables laid out there just littered with props, some from this play, some from others, some from here and now. And also there's just masking tape arrows that kind of trace the ground, seemingly in nonsensical ways. Like one just like runs straight into a wall. Perhaps that was for something different. Paint the scene. What items here are left over from previous theater department productions, and how are they being repurposed for the current show? Again, the current show is called Trial by Justice.
Forgot that. It's such a nonsense name. Trial by Justice. Previous productions that are used for this. Really trying to think.
Okay, I've got one.
Okay, yeah, please.
Okay, so one of our previous plays was like a high fantasy type dealie, and they got a little like bird puppet, phoenix puppet to use as a prop. And now it is in evidence. It is a parrot now to give
God, I love that.
recreate some conversation, some key conversation.
Yeah.
There's a key moment in the play in which they actually have to have the parrot as a witness. And it's
exactly.
a very dramatic moment.
That's really funny.
Real heads in the chat know what I'm talking
about. Okay, I love that. Damn it. I guess I should start with the play. I think you did a good thing of like, this is the play that it was, and then where did they bring it back? Not how do I add a funky prop to a courtroom. They They have a really funny budget too. Is what it seems like. Do you got one, Dylan?
Okay, there was in a murder mystery play they did in the past. There was one of those paintings with the eyes cut out so people can look them through, and now that's been redressed to be like a painting of like the president. But they've just put like a couple of googly eyes in the holes, which they thought would make it less obvious, but has made it way worse.
Also, going back to a previous paint the scene we did yesterday, there's probably a meme hidden in there too about it too. Because
yeah, I love
this.
I love
like maybe he's like,
oh my god, yeah. Oh, that's really funny. I think there's they did a play. I keep wanting to do like an Old West play.
Yes.
And so kind of in the background, above the judge is like, oh, maybe it's the sign for the saloon. I'm trying to think of a name, but it's like they call it like I want the name of the saloon to kind of also work for the courtroom. Like it's an in joke, and then also like, well, this is close enough. Like it's called I'm not that great at puns off the top of my head though. That's the only problem. But yeah, it's like it's a saloon door that, or a sign that they put over it that's like kind of a funny joke for
it's
the audience.
Like the judgment bar or something.
There, yeah,
it's
yeah.
Like, it kind of feels like the stand, but like judgment feels very Western, you know.
Judgment does feel very Western. I like that a lot. Okay, yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. All right, so you're in this backstage area. There are actually a few of the stagehands mulling about. You see two people specifically, a younger man, curly red hair with freckles across his face, wearing paint speckled overalls and a loose tool belt across his kind of wide frame, who is talking to someone else who she has short curly black hair. She's wearing cargo shorts, all kinds of walkie-talkies with earpieces like strewn about her, and this big crew lanyard. And she's like sitting down, like head in her hands, like kind of rocking back and forth while the overalled gentleman is like awkwardly like wanting to pat her, but like kind of afraid to touch her and like trying like saying words to her as you enter the scene.
Are those them?
Yep, those are them. What are their names? I guess I would probably know.
Yeah, I think you recognize. I'll tell you both their names. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No worries.
I'm sorry for what I'm about to say.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Sorry, I've locked in.
Overalls, is Bill. Bill DeWitt.
Okay.
I'm sorry. There's only I only have a few left of these. And the person who is who's like stressed out, like freaking out, is her name is Orlando Smiles.
Orlando Smiles?
Yes.
Orlando Smiles.
And like Bill's like, it's all right. Listen, there's some way to recoup this. I know it. It's gonna be okay. Just take deep breaths. And Orlando's just like, well, with the trial tonight, maybe we can like recoup. Maybe someone will like, be able to step as a new lead actor. And oh my gosh, I just don't know. What do y'all do?
I'm trying to think about how Rayansh would approach them, or is Heather the approach first type of person.
Heather will look over to Rayon. She is self-aware enough to know that actually no, it's not self-awareness. It's that she doesn't want to deal with someone crying. So
I love that. Okay, that's good energy. I think Rayon is like, well, there they are. That's Bill and Orlando. That's and you know, and I think Rayon is also like, oh, there's something fucking happening here. And looks to Heather. And I imagine you give me this like, I'm not dealing with this shit phase. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I think I'm gonna be like, hey guys. Sorry, is this a bad time?
Orlando just in her own world, still like kind of muttering to herself, but Bill turns to you and it's like, uh, hey, you're Rayanch, right? I saw you at that tournament like last month. Yeah, things aren't great right now. There's been a death, but you know what? The show must go on, right?
Um wait. Like Rayon just kind of like, does it though?
Well, like I just think about what like our teacher says, and he's always like, he talks about how theater is this grand geist, and like there's power and mystery to it, and like honestly, I wouldn't really care if not for the fact that that took a long time to build out there.
You know what? And it's beautiful. And you're right, and sometimes like you can't. How would Rayange comfort somebody? I think poorly. No, you're right, and you're right. You should, all your work, like, just because somebody died, that's nothing. You should do the play. And
Orlando
the
like
best
looks at
way.
you and is like, yes, we will do the play. This is my first stage management position, and it will not be a failure. It will be all right. If do you know anyone who would like? Do you know anyone who could like volunteer? I could like feed them lines through the monitor, and yeah, and then we could easily open tomorrow. Like,
wait, volunteer for what? Volunteer for which?
To lead the play. You could get up there and do the lines. I'll just read off the script to you, and you just perform it. You could do it, right?
But what about the understudy though?
Well, didn't he like kill someone? Like, we can't use that guy.
I think maybe Rayouch gets like is kind of like, do you really believe that? Do you really believe that? Like, come on, like you worked with Lee.
Bill's like, yeah, I don't think that Justine girl would care for me sharing much about what I saw that night, but I can tell you this. I saw Lee do it. Like, I'm really sorry to say it, but it's true.
What?
Oh my God,
Huh?
that awful moment when like he pulled the knife from the body, the noise it made. I'll never forget it. Ugh. You ever like open a can of paint?
Wait, what?
It's
It
like
made a
that.
noise?
God.
Oh, it's awful. It's like a liquidy. Ugh, I don't like it. I will never forget that. It was awful. Yeah, he did it.
Well, that's
That was Bill.
crazy.
Just because he pulled the knife out doesn't mean he put it in, though.
Did you see him put it in?
I mean, it was Lee and it was Scott. Uh, I don't. Who else could have stabbed him, man?
Well, all you nerds were running around doing other things. I mean, why were you there at night?
Well, the set wasn't like totally done. There were still things to finish installing. The stands are a bit, maybe a little unsteady. Couldn't maybe support the full audience weight, but I was just finishing it up and making sure it'd be good. And oh my God, then they both showed up, and I felt like I had to hide.
Where did you hide?
I was I was working the stand, so I was just out there in the galley, but I just ducked down, and then I then that then he did that thing, and I got the hell out of there.
I think Ranch almost starts to get like kind of mad. And is like, and what you didn't do anything? What did they have an argument? Did they like why were they here? You gotta give us more. Did you tell all of this to Justine? Do they know this? Is this how they know?
This is an investigation move with
I will
charm.
absolutely take an investigation move. Boop, boop, boop. All right, let's see how our dice are today. Way better. That's a 7 plus nothing. So at the very least, we have started with a success.
Yeah, well, there may have been an argument. They were. I heard one of them shouting something about lying. Someone lied. I don't know. I was also listening to music because I was alone, and like no teacher would, take away my headset if it was after school. So I didn't hear everything, but those two were definitely like arguing before that moment.
Okay.
That's your clue, is that apparently Lee and Scott did argue about a lie. Someone lied.
About why? Okay. Alyssa, do you want Heather to jump in on the interrogation at all?
Yeah.
For either or. It feels like Bill's doing a lot. I don't know if Orlando's gonna, if you want to tackle Orlando.
Yeah, I think that seeing that Bill was the witness and that you were having a lot of feelings about that, Heather will go over to the now less emotional pair, or the less emotional person, which is the crying Orlando.
Angry teenage boy.
Hi, you. Have you ever had any interest in acting before?
I think you have bigger problems than that if your cast is going around murdering each other.
Listen, anything has happened in the theater has happened. It can happen. It has happened. Will happen. And they always made it work. And I will make it work because that's what Mr. Grandeur told me. And it will happen. It's okay. Listen, look, I'll make it super easy. It'll be so easy for you. I'll just tell you where to step. I'll be in your ear the whole time. Right? You can do this.
I don't think that I would want to, given what happened to the last one. The last two, really, since the understudy is off in jail now.
Yeah, of course. You'd think that.
What?
That's what
What?
everyone else said too.
Why do you have all the pressure for this? Where's your theater teacher?
I mean, you heard the rumors, right?
I've heard some things.
Like maybe he has a bit of a fondness for the beverage.
The beverage.
The beverage is crazy. This man's cracking soda pops all day during the school day.
So now I'm imagining it's like The Stuff from the movie The Stuff.
Oh my God.
It's the beverage.
I will say, just to refresh your memory, I am also calling back to the very first
the
scene we had
drinking
yesterday.
problem reference.
Yes.
Oh my God, yeah. Sorry.
Are there people who would refer to a drinking problem as a fondness for the beverage?
Maybe a teenager, I don't know.
That's entering the lexicon. I love that.
It's the beverage.
Jimmy Fallon, he's got a little bit of a fondness for the beverage. You know what I mean?
Yo.
Oh man.
He's not always around. He's there for class and oversees some of the direction, but He entrusted me with this management position, and I really want his recommendation for for college, right? I need to get an art school.
Art school?
Yeah. And this production has to go well. So I get his recommendation.
I mean, if you want to design ritual deck monsters, I'm sure that my family could find a role for you.
The only reason you go to art school.
Exactly. I mean, what else would you go to art
Why
school
else
for?
would you be going?
Well, you know, okay, well, I had hopes of, you know, maybe like putting on like a show about some of the, you know, the cooler stories in the cards, you know. There's some really interesting narratives, and I just think that they'd be really well adapted into a show. And now my future is closing in upon me, and I will never be able to do that. How are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to get you your understudy back, but you're not being terribly forthcoming with me.
Why do you like a person who killed someone, man? That's scary.
Isn't that what you want? A little edge for your art?
Oh my god.
There is the sound of like the back door to the stage, the backstage area, like you know, like the you know how heavy those doors are. It like slams, opens, and shuts, and someone you hear confident but also kind of uneven strides walking in. Let's cut to Freddie. Freddie, what were you investigating again? We were headed to look in the atrium.
Yeah, I'm basically I'm snooping around the theater trying to see if I can glean any new information from around that trap door, or I think it's probably the first place I would go because I'm trying to
Yeah,
see if I will see that figure again.
yeah. I think as you re-enter the area, there's you know a few student security council officers milling about, but they seem distracted talking to other non-named theater theater students. So you're able to just easily waltz on by. And as you approach the area where the trapdoor is, right there in the center of the atrium, uh, it it seems like it almost recognizes you reapproaching it, and it just slowly opens up again, and just unnaturally complete darkness down there still. It's like the light of the atrium is not piercing through.
Hello?
Your voice like echoes slightly. You say, hello.
Oh, cool. Trapdoor to hell. Can is there a ladder or anything? If I choose to be brave and venture down there, do I have to jump in with both feet or can I climb down gradually?
This might be a jumping situation.
Oh, why not? Grandma says I'm going anyway. Let's jump.
Whoa.
All right. This is going to be I'm gonna make it the shadow move because you're jumping into the darkness. The
Okay.
darkness is always more dangerous.
Okay.
Therefore, I want to ask you, what are you afraid could go wrong in this moment?
Uh, Rationally, I could just break both of my ankles when I land 15 feet down on an actual floor.
We're in a card game.
Yeah,
We're in a card game world.
I think that's fair, but it is worse than that because not only would if this goes wrong and you fall, you break both your ankles, the killer will be there too, and probably wouldn't appreciate you investigating this. Um, I think this is going to be 2d6. Um, I'll give this to you with. I'll let you make the choice. Do you want will or faith?
And this is I'm doing a shadow roll. So this is for the law, or this is my.
This will be your teenage self, your light.
Okay, teenage self. I mean, my will is still higher. I have 1, and I didn't gain anything from my EXP that I got last time, right?
No, once you fill out the EXP bar, then you pick an advancement. So,
okay, so I have 1. I have +1 for will.
Yes.
Here we go. I'm gonna roll. Let's see. It's a brand new day. How do we roll today? 7. So an 8 total.
Right. On a 7 to 9, you complete the action, but there's a complication. The duel master describes what happens next.
Nice.
So you sidle up into the beckoning abyss, and you slide right down, and you land. It's concrete down here. Thankfully, you assume like a great recovery position. So like you just kind of rolled down, hit, and rolled out of it. And it's dark down here, but you did note that thankfully you took that flashlight with you. And you smell it smells like your underground, one, that's obvious. 2, it's that kind of like settled, people don't really enter this space often smell. And as you kind of shine the light around, you realize you're in somewhere that you only heard about in rumors. There's a door that you finally settle upon that has a big radiation symbol, and you realize you're in the school fallout shelter. The rumors say that this shelter was put here nearly 100 years ago, but also the rumors say if a student's caught here, they risk expulsion as well. Rumors even still say that there's a kid that got locked in there for 4 weeks before anyone let him out. Others say the kid never left. But also, paint the scene. How have students through the years tried to redecorate this space to be a cool hangout?
Okay, there are posters from all there's like, I'm trying to imagine like every era of student who would be like the type of rebel who would go down here to make this their clubhouse would have, and it's all pasted on top of each other, right? Like there's relics from like beatniks of the 50s. Like maybe there's like a couple of bop records of like Davis and Coltrane, and like an old turntable down there. And then there's also from like the 70s, there's like a big bong, and there's also a D&D board from the Satanic Panic of the 80s. But more recently, there is some ritual deck board down here. There's some ritual deck ephemera down here as well, because of course that's the only thing that cool kids or non-cool kids care about in the modern day.
Viditya, Alyssa?
I'm gonna toss one out. There is a broken down ritual duel vending machine in the corner.
Oh,
the
You
beverage,
can't even get this flavor anymore. I'm
the
so
beverage
excited.
that
I have
everyone has
such
a
a
problem
fondness
with.
for this beverage.
I love that.
Yes, this is jackpot. I'm so stoked. This is like if you found a machine full of Baja Blast in like 2006. You're like, you mean you could get this outside of Taco Bell? I'm stoked about Mountain Duel.
Mountain Duel is so good.
I think that there is a little piecemeal, like made from old theater props, like skate ramp from the ill-fated 90s Ritual Duel skateboarding offshoot.
Oh my god, that's so much funnier. Instead of like a dice thing, it's just like a skateboarding thing.
Yes.
God. What does that even mean? Instead of motorcycles and skateboards. I love this.
Yeah.
I really kind of, I don't know why, but I really want to put like a creepy mannequin.
There it is.
I think it's maybe like a training dummy. So it also has like a glove and shit, but like it's weird and creepy.
Okay. Yeah, so this place is kind of cool. It's kind of scary. And I will say at the door, it is slightly propped open. There seems to be like a cinder block holding the door, like the actual door open, not the trap door above you. But so at least right now, it doesn't seem like you'll get locked in. Fingers crossed.
Okay.
I'm holding my complication for you for a little bit.
Okay. I'll just, I'll just be pins and needles until that happens. Okay, so here I am. There's nobody, we don't see anybody down here other than I'm sure I very briefly think that that mannequin's gonna kill me.
Well, you only have a flashlight, so as far as you can tell,
right.
wherever you're looking, you're not seeing anyone.
Hello? Mysterious eyeballs around. I come in peace, I think. Probably.
I think in this scene we're having like as an audience, kind of cutting between like a close up of you looking around, and then just like various like far camera angles of you like moving around the room, like someone's watching you.
Ooh, I love that.
But there's no response to you.
Okay. Can I look for any specific clues down here?
Um,
Can I try to sort out anything that's been here recently rather than the old stuff?
yeah, I think so. I will say for the speaking towards the audience more and y'all kind of because it's a two shot, I want to be just very generous with doing the clues and what have you.
Sure.
It's fun. But also like I've been also not going as hard on you as I could be.
Sure.
Sure.
Because,
We're on a limited timetable. We'd like to see a conclusion, this
yes.
afternoon. So
So I want to make sure you guys have a good plus at the end of the roll. Okay. So you I'm gonna give you the information move. And I want to give it to you this time for sure with faith.
okay. That's a 0 for me. Rolling 2d6. 5.
There it is. Okay. You're looking around, and then there's a kind of it sounds like someone like kicked a box and something falls over. And it like scatters like all these objects across the ground, like dice from the old D&D game. The bong shatters and there's just broken glass everywhere. And that sends you into a bit of a scurry, and you feel at the last moment you see something flying towards you. I want you to make the shadow move again. Uh, this large object, it seems like a brick, is flying right at your face. So what do you think could go wrong?
I think that brick could fucking crush my face.
Uh,
Just bust me right open.
And it's worse than that, because not only would the brick brain you, that brick might have been the thing holding the door open. So you
Oh,
would also be locked in here. Your body remain here for who knows how long, if ever. This is going to be 2d6 with will.
this is a great anxiety simulator you've built here. Here's will is 1. I rolled 6, so I have a 7.
You just narrowly avoid the brick flying. It like shatters across the wall behind you. And then as your eyes slowly start adjusting a bit more, you see just this shadowy figure, just like rush from like behind cover to different cover, like behind the mannequin to behind like a sofa someone dragged in here at one point. Um, and you see the glint of a knife in their hands.
Ah.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We are back with Rayanch and Heather in the backstage area, and there's someone walking in here, kind of maybe stumbling in. And it's this man, he's wearing kind of he's a bit interestingly dressed, wearing bright colors, and like a puffed shirt and like some pantaloons. And he has like he's has severe hair recession, with but with one single long graying blonde ponytail coming down the side of his shoulder. And his nose is crooked. It looks like it has like a permanent bruise on it. As the teacher, Mr. Kelsey Grandeur, approaches.
Oh my god.
Oh,
my
hello! We have new students interested in joining the greatest profession.
Wait, no. You go ahead, Alyssa.
I'm actually interested in joining the tech side of things. Who does your captioning?
Oh.
Thinking about this. Oh, the tech, the beautiful workers behind the scenes, the drones that keep the show going. But no, you, a person with such power in your stance, such beauty in the 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 strong lines that build your frame. No, you deserve the spotlight. You see, I see your name in lights. What's your name?
You don't know my name?
Oh, big mistake, guy.
Huh? Oh, whatever. We can come up with a better name. We'll put this wonderful name up in lights on a theater, and it will be glorious. Let me hear you say. Let me say this phrase. And then he just like freezes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes?
Yes.
Who is this guy?
Yes. Wonderful. Oh my gosh.
Who is this guy?
This is the theater teacher, Mr. Kelsey Grandeur.
Yes. He's so eccentric. Rayanch is like, hey guy, you must have some answers for us. What do you know about the murder that just occurred?
Oh, what a tragedy. A great, wonderful tragedy that is befitting the work of the bard himself. Allow me to let you in a little secret. You know what is the most heart-tugging part of this is that I had once considered Lee to be our outfit's greatest performer. But then that Scott Rudolph transferred in. Oh, what a loss for the world of theater to lose a talent such as his! Though the brightest stars burn the fastest, unfortunately. Brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it?
That's
So, what are you doing to get your next brightest performer back then?
What? Oh,
You're
Lee?
helping the defense of Lee, of course. that's the only thing that would make sense, to have your play be worthy of all of this.
Oh, no, 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 no. Why would I have such a dangerous force on our theater boards? No, I tell you, this is a tragedy befitting fiction. I will not have such a negative personality on in our troupe.
So you just believe the rumors then?
The rumors? No, if he was arrested, he did it, right?
Oh,
No,
wow.
that's fair.
The justice. Oh, yeah, you know, the fairness of our justice system. No, I don't believe.
Orlando, like from behind y'all, I guess. It's like, Mr. Grandeur, look, I think she'd be a really great lead in the play if we can keep it going. We don't have to cancel. She even said she'd do it.
I feel. Hmm.
You know what,
Oh,
Orlando?
you would like to be a performer in our play?
Well, I
Our
have to know.
humble little show.
It is quite humble, and if I were to humble myself to join this production of yours, I need to know that it's worth my time. I'll join your
Oh,
play if you'll duel me.
oh,
Yes, there we go.
A keen advocate for yourself too. Oh, you will be a great artist yet. Let us duel. And he stands back and strikes a dramatic wide pose as he raises his arms up and leans them down and takes a bow. As he does, he lifts his hand up above his head and looks at you. Draw. And he pulls a card and sends it out in front of him, it dissolving into into motes of light, and this awkward. You see before you another man appear. He is of pallid skin with makeup, harsh blush, and bright rouge. Um, and he himself mirrors the bow that Kelsey is doing and stands up and begins to monologue in the most awful falsetto
Oh my god.
as Kelsey himself has played the tortuous thespian aspect of Creature. This is a truly bad actor. His performances are so
Oh, I love
cringe-inducing
that.
as to cause physical harm. This is a uncommon type ritual. Uh, so, looking at the dual move again, the way it works is again, I set the stage by having my guy summon their ritual. Now is your turn to create your own ritual by selecting an aspect, creature, object, or effect, and then marking any power words you choose to use from your deck. Um, because this is an uncommon ritual, it means the eventual roll will be at -2. Every power word you use is a +1 to your roll. When you're ready, reveal your ritual, showing how it appears in the scene, incorporating the aspect and power words as key features, and then if you can, give it a cool name.
Okay, so to roll flat, I would need 2 power words.
Exactly.
So I think that the aspect that I'm going to use is a snake, and it will be devouring in number 1. And so what we see as Heather, activates her own dual deck, which is, of course, a nicer version than anything anyone is using, um, is a sort of Medusa pops out and manifests. She
Medusa pops
has,
out.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
hell yeah.
She has had, as part of the tech from her family, its face. The standard monster face has been replaced with her face, and all the snakes coming out of her hair also have Heather's face.
Oh my
But
God.
as snakes, it's like her snake personas. Um,
You have alt art. You've made a
Yeah,
proxy of
exactly.
your fucking
And that is what makes it number one, is the fact that it is my face on it. But
God, I love
all,
that so much.
all the snakes do open their mouths improbably wide, getting ready to devour this thespian and remove it from the stage.
Right. You're rolling flat?
Rolling flat.
Right. Ooh, Tony's giving it the hungry primordial Medusa. All right. Go ahead and give me 2d6.
Oh no. Okay. So let me check out my moves real quick.
Hey, you got a great move right there, don't you?
I do. Well, I got a 7, which means that I cannot use natural born winner because that's on a 6 plus. Or 6 minus, rather.
You can mark to bump up any roll. You can
Any roll.
Oh, even in duels.
Even in duels, even if it's like a good roll, you just want to move it a band higher, you can still bump up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, then I am totally gonna mark it up to a full success.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. On a 10 plus, describe how you win the duel. You may also choose to stumble across a new clue or power word.
Okay, I definitely want to stumble across a new clue. But I think that the sort of snake mouths are open real wide, and they distract the horrible actor enough. Like he's trying to come up with terrible fun puns and insults for all of them, that the human Medusa face is able to just eat it. Just eat him while the snakes are distracting.
Oh my God.
And with that, the torturous thespian explodes into its own motes of light as you thoroughly trounce this theater teacher. How many T's did I just put in that sentence? Wow. And he's like, "Oh, wow! A talent such as yours, we must have you as part of our program. Please, what can I offer you? Anything."
I need to know everything about your stage space. If I'm to grace your stage, I need to know everything about this performance area, about who has access and where, and Heather's basically trying to get any extra leads on the catwalk or on who would be allowed in or who has control of the captioning machines.
Um, and I'm not going to role play this because I'm getting too into character. What Kelsey tells you is that uh, there was something interesting, which is he doesn't remember this being part of the play's setups, but he did. There was a new series of ropes and pulleys attached to the catwalks that he was previously unaware of, but enthused about their utility. He's trying to show you, like, no, we have great things being added to our program all the time. The school thought to grace us with new setups upon the wonderful catwalks of our stage. Anything to like make it sound enticing to join the theater programming, but that is a clue.
Amazing.
The police system, is that what it is, or the specific catalog?
Yeah. There's ropes and pulleys, but they're up there. And they just appeared. He claims to not know how they got there.
Huh.
But he's like, oh, they just got there. And we've been blessed with a kind and honest benefactor. Alrighty, I'm coming up to needing a personal break myself. So if you guys are all right with it, can we take a quick 5 and come back and do a new set of scenes, maybe catching up where we are with some of our cliffhangers, and then we'll start moving towards the end of our day phase or our after school phase.
I'm very good with that. Okay.
Ready.
We'll be back in 5 minutes for more Duel Justice here on Plus One EXP. And we are back for the exciting conclusion-ish of Duel Justice.
We got to say Duel Justice in the episode at some point, by the way. I know it feels like a climax thing, but like it's got to be said out. One of us.
Obvious climax point coming up.
Okay, cool. For one of us to scream, "This requires Duel Justice," or at the end of it, looks like we've reached Duel Justice.
Oh my gosh. Okay, just kind of like a bird's eye view of what we've done so far. We've met a lot of our side characters. There's actually a few people I have not introduced yet. We'll see if they get to appear or not. I have an idea for at least one of them. But if they don't, so goes. They're not part of the story. And we've investigated many of the places. I think you have a few ideas of where you can go next. And we also have a kind of cliffhanger that we have not resolved yet of a murderer lurking in the shadows. How about we jump in right there, and then I'll let Rayanch and Heather start thinking about what scenes they'd like to go into next before we wrap up this after school phase. So we are in the dark bunker below the atrium, below the stage. And we have this like killer's eye view of Freddy as he is looking around, seeing where that brick may have come from. And we see the glint of a large S-shaped knife in this black gloved hand as they begin to stand up, and you just turn and you can see them.
Okay. I think I'm going to I guess I'm going to try and dodge out of the way of this knife.
All right. We're going to have you roll once again the shadow move.
Okay.
And this will be with Will. What are you afraid should happen should you fail?
Oh, if I fail, I'm gonna get stabbed in the chest and get and have an by this S-shaped knife, very fancy. And that's gonna hurt a lot. That'll hurt a lot more than your usual knife. And then I'll probably they'll never find my body, and like my family will have to worry forever about like, hey, what happened to our wonderful misunderstood son Freddy. And I don't know, there's a whole lot worse you can imagine than being killed and never found, leaving your family to worry forever about whether you might still be out there somewhere. Jesus. But that's not my problem. Your challenge is to come up with something worse than that.
Yeah, it is worse than that because after he's done with you, he'll get rid of everyone else hot on their trail. Who knows who it is? So go after your friends next. Go ahead and give me that 2d6 for Will.
I rolled a 9 plus 1 on that. From my Will score, I have a 10.
Hell yeah.
My first good roll of the game.
Hell yeah.
On a 10 plus, you hold steady and you complete the action. Describe how you maintain your confidence and how you accomplish it.
Okay, so Freddy, in some of his attempts at like anger management / practical uses for potential conflicts with authority, has been studying judo. It's not like a really useful offensive thing, but he does know how to take somebody's weight and adjust it. So this attacker comes at me with a knife, and I not only dodge, but I roll him over my shoulder, and he falls onto his back.
Oh my gosh, this is
I
a
should say
screen
there. I don't
slasher.
know the gender of the attacker.
All right. Yeah, that happens. And then you do see more light enters the room as the heavy door squeaks open with like a shocking push. And you see a person wearing a long overcoat and a face mask waves at you to run out of the this bunker. And you hear her voice. She's like, "Hurry, get out of here!"
Oh, I'm running.
Um, you run out into the I guess tunnels beneath the school with this person wearing a trench coat and face mask and also sunglasses indoors underground. Um, and she's like, "Okay, if we just turn here and get past this, I think there should be some stairs that get us back up to the after the school proper."
Whatever you say, coolest person I've ever met in my life.
We'll see how you feel about that later. And eventually, after you get away and back up to the schoolyard, catching your breath, topside, and she's like, "What? Why do you go down there?
I'm trying to solve a murder. What are you doing down here?
I saw you jump in that hole, and I was like, that seems dangerous." And
Well,
then thank God I got there when I did. Well, who was that person down there?
God, I was really hoping you'd be able to tell me. You
No.
always walk around with the mask and sunglasses on top of the mask because that is like an incredibly strong look.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's just, sometimes a girl likes to remain a little incognito.
I mean, no algorithm could track you. You are prepared for our future, friend. How do we get like to safety?
Uh, I mean, I don't know. I think you
Oh
go to school
man.
here.
All right. How about this? The killer's probably gonna run after us, and when they get here, I will duel the killer into submission.
Yes.
Um, Greg's
Solve
like,
all your problems
This
with
is
a
assuming
duel.
the killer's chasing after us. I kind of assume the killer's probably chasing after us.
I will say, mechanics wise, we cannot actually duel the killer until the climax duel.
Okay.
Of course.
All right.
So narratively, you can like say you're prepared for this, but like that won't technically happen.
Okay.
But this girl next to you is like, that sure, but also like maybe the killer does not want to come out into the light. Maybe that is because like as long as you stay out in the open, stay public, maybe you'll be okay, right?
All right. How would you
Fighting
feel
a
about
killer is
meeting
scary.
All right. If assuming the killer doesn't run after us, how do you feel about meeting a couple of my friends?
Uh, I guess. Sure.
All right. Welcome to the gang whose name we haven't made up yet.
Ah,
My name's Grace.
I'm Freddy. Your name is cool.
what's Grace's
I like
full
your
name?
mask.
Does Grace have a pun name?
Yeah, her name is Grace. Grace Sawit.
Grace saw it.
Sawit.
Grace saw it. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, your coat is cool. Let's go hang out with let's go meet my friends.
All right. Heather, Rayanch. I haven't heard from Rayanch while Heather was having that duel. What are you up to?
I mean, the duel is pretty cool. I imagine Ramos was watching it. Oh wait, there's a pretty fun opportunity to use the duel as a distraction to kind of dig around the set. Duh. I mean, this is classic. We've already set this up. This is the setup punchline, right? We've established, and then we're doing it again. I'm gonna go check out not the rafters. That's not what it's called on a set. The catwalk.
We have a catwalk. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I think maybe as soon as he mentioned like, oh, there's something fucking weird about the catwalk.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go up. Oh wait, no, that was established at the end of the duel. Well, it's
Well, it's fine.
yeah.
You already know it's somewhat suspicious anyways.
Right.
Okay. You head up towards the catwalks, and there's the ladder up here is from actually backstage. And you get up there, and it's this series of these really rickety walkways crisscrossing the whole atrium. They're narrow. It seems like there's been additions over the years as they need more and more setups. And there's, several spotlights, hanging mics, etc. The other thing is there's only that one ladder that you went up to get up here.
Okay, one up and down. Gotcha.
So, paint the scene. Years of theatrical productions have seen more and more add to these catwalks. Tell me a specific setup created for a previous production that's just still up here.
Specific setup that's still up here. Something that is like tossed down. I want to do. Maybe kind of morbidly. No, I don't know if I like that. I kind of want to do like they have like a body that they drop as like a. But maybe it's not like a body. It's like kind of it's a joke where it's like a guy falls from a big height and then gets back up. So it's kind of like a cloth, like a really cheap rag doll that looks like maybe a senior from last year that graduated or something. Like I think that's maybe what it is. And it's like a gag. Okay. It's like a gag thing.
All right. I love that. I have that noted.
Nice. Anybody else?
What else is up here? Alyssa? Dylan?
I think that there is a harness with like angel wings attached to it that is rigged to sort of swoop across not just the stage, but the audience area as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, I was gonna do a flight harness. What what else could be up there? Okay, now that's too close to the same thing. I would say, what about a zip line? For all practical purposes, that's the same thing. I got to come up with some more imaginative than that. There is there is a huge mask-like shape of a human face that was used as the Wizard of Oz in a Wizard of Oz production. So it's like this really big, like 5 foot tall articulated face that the theater department and the robotics department worked on together for like a year. They used it one time and they can't get rid of it because it was way too much work. So it lives up there now. And rumor has it, you could still program it and if you wanted to and have a big human face. And they just can't figure out a use for it in any other play because most plays don't involve a giant human face.
Yeah. I love that. There was definitely a pitch where it's like, what if the judge is a giant human face? Like it takes place like in the future, like a cyborg judge. Yeah. People are like, no, we don't want to do that. Like that's like like there's just God, it's just one person.
Yeah, but like every year, the big challenge among the production is, can we find a use for this giant articulated human face? And they never do it. But next year, they're doing Power Rangers, and that's going to be Zordon.
There it is. All right, you climb up here and you like lock eyes with this big robotic head, as well as you see all kinds of leftover things in these, again, very narrow, very rickety walkways up here. High up. What do you do?
I guess I can investigate. I feel like that's probably a good place to go. I'm trying to think narratively, what am I doing to investigate? I guess seeing if there's anything out of the ordinary, if there's anything left over. potentially checking out the new pulleys and ropes and things. Yeah, is that too vague?
No, it's fine. The thing is, y'all gave me such good material. So I'm excited about that. Give me the information move.
Okay, cool.
I will say we're probably coming to the end of our information moves in general because y'all have a lot of clues.
We do. I've run out of room on my tiny little notepad.
I'll give you this with will.
Oh, thank God.
I barely have any like conditions on you either, man.
And I gotta.
You're rolling too well this session.
With will, well, don't you worry about that. I got a 4.
Yeah.
However. Oh, that's not enough. It's only a +1. Dang. I kind of wanted. I mean, I love the flashback. I want to try it, but then I also keep looking at the just play a ritual as like a helper. But this isn't enough. A +1 is not enough to pull it up. So I will check a puzzle to bring it up.
Fantastic. I will note that I was also reminded in the chat that Heather has a puzzle left too, so I'll get that from you in a little bit, Heather.
Right. Developing rivalry, tiny insecurity held you back. I kind of want to do a puzzle of light. Oh, maybe a flashback to when someone you trusted let you down in a big way. Maybe I could just like loop this in with Lee. Maybe this catwalk and being on set and stuff like that, there could be like I get a flashback to because I had mentioned that our relationship kind of drifted apart because we just like kind of found new friend groups, but really like Lee found a major friend group because I'm kind of a loner, and maybe like when he started going to the theater thing, like he tried to integrate me a little bit, like, oh yeah, you want to come do this, and like maybe we hung out in the catwalk, like it was kind of a thing where it's like, let me show you all this stuff, and then like I had like a really bad time. Maybe they did like a little prank on me, or I wasn't much of a theater kid, but I imagine just kind of I don't know. I was like trying to think of like, is there any kind of funny pranks you could do? But maybe they're just mean to me in a way that like Lee then didn't kind of stick up for me. This should be a very mundane kind of bullying situation where it's like my friend didn't stick up for me in front of their new friends, and it just like really fucking hurt. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh damn, I remember this place. I remember like this is bringing back bad memories. But you know what? I'm better than that now. Or like, you know, we've grown, and I have to solve this.
You can almost picture that moment too, as you're up here. Almost shockingly realistically, because you're hanging out, you're walking around these catwalks, and like you kind of pause. You have this memory right by where that body drop setup is, and it actually that fake body is wearing clothes that look like what Lee was wearing before he was arrested.
Uh-oh. Huh.
That's your clue.
I'm gonna turn it over. I guess I look at it, be like, wait, that's weird. That doesn't seem right. Okay, cool. That's the clue.
Heather, you thoroughly trounced the theater teacher. What's going on now?
Yeah, so I do have a puzzle of light flashback. And for that, I would like to do a flashback where you ignored a poorer friend to engage with your wealthy peers. And so Heather just thoroughly trounced this man with her cool Heather-themed cards. And it reminds her of when she first got these cards and really wanted to show them off to another student. But their AR goggles were so out of date that they couldn't like process the update that Heather did to her cards to like project her face onto everything. And of course, Heather took that as a personal affront. And it was not that this person did not have the material means to like update their thing. It was that this person was not interested in Heather and her interests. And so she dropped them to go hang out with some wealthier peers who could experience the glory of her new deck.
Yeah.
Damn. Wow.
Damn.
Just imagine
That's
the disappointment
brutal.
of you put all this work into customizing those, customizing the faces of like, you know, like if it was Medusa thing, and your opponent just sees a bunch of little red X's, like there's like just
Exactly.
It's
Does
the
not appear.
Gmod error.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the no texture loaded, like the pink checkerboard. I love that.
It's like, wow, you don't care about me enough to invest in having a better machine to see the work I did?
That's really funny.
Holy shit. Yeah, Heather's an icon.
She's something.
She's something.
But yeah, I mean, what other investigating is there even to do here still?
I will say, perhaps is this moment in which Freddy arrives with Grace.
I like
There you
that.
go.
You knew where they were going, so you bring Grace right there, and you see the theater teacher just like kind of like in awe, but also in shock. And then I think Bill and Orlando are kind of back in their own world as once again Orlando is still in that deep, deep spiral.
Oh, okay. Hey, this is my new friend, Grace. She saved my life, probably, and I think maybe she should help.
So like I got you out of that scary bunker earlier. There's like a weird guy down there, by the way. Don't go down there. Um exactly what am I helping y'all with again?
We're solving a murder. Do you know about the murder?
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. I was
Okay.
there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Then
Grace
first thing
saw
we
it.
would love from you is tell us what you saw.
Yeah, of course. And like her face, like what pieces you can see of her face, her atmosphere around her, just immediately grows dark. I will never forgive that rat. He who dared steal the sun from the sky, the moon from the stars. I spit on his name. I remember exactly what happened that night. Scott was already feeling unwell that day, and then after meeting with that little so and so, can't repeat it. Oh my gosh. And you said you're trying to solve this murder?
So you're
It is
saying
solved
you saying
already.
you saw Lee do it?
Well, my poor Scotty, he and like as she's like kind of getting a bit more emotional, her trench coat becomes a little less loose, and you see she's wearing a custom t-shirt that has Scott's face on it.
Oh my God.
um
There's just a little moment where Freddy is like, "Oh,
wait a minute, landmine.
he's just a little disappointed."
Oh,
That
a
little
fan, I see.
Okay, so my new friend Grace says that she saw Scott get killed, and this is like really hard for her. So, yeah, I guess the case is closed. I guess Lee did it. That sucks. I'm sorry for your loss. you need to talk to anybody,
What?
about it.
I love this.
I'm still 1 second. I'm reeling.
I guess this is it, huh?
She's like
So much for justice.
I know.
She
Hey,
like
the
leans up
evidence is
against you, and
crazy.
she's like, "My heart has been ripped from my chest. That awful, awful person. Why must bad things happen to the most beautiful souls?"
Okay, now, so you're sure? Can you just, like, in your own words, say the name of the person you saw kill your boyfriend?
I would never. I would never stoop to sully my dear Scott with an earthly affliction such as myself. No.
Oh, okay, you're one of those.
And the but he who did the murder, his name must never be uttered again, or else that might give other people ideas.
Okay, but it's like really important that you utter it like one time. Just like throw us a quick bone and utter the name. Just like you can write it down. Maybe you want to text it to me. Just like
all right. Let's pause. Ooh, stop. Because we're coming up on a certain time. So therefore,
yes,
how about we say we're transitioning to the study hall phase, and during this phase, we'll probably invoke the answer a question move.
Sure.
Okay.
So as we get there, I want to just quickly run through anything that is maybe outstanding. I believe we have all puzzle prompts answered already. Is that correct? Is there any still left to be answered?
I think we're good.
Alrighty. So let's just resolve a move, which is in this moment, you are demanding Grace tell you who did the murder. Could it be Lee? Could it have been someone else? Let's answer the question.
Okay.
Who is the real murderer of Scott Rudolph? We're going to, I think, take another very, very short break just to like refresh your mind, because we're going to go barreling right in through the ending after this.
Okay.
And then coming back, let's have that conversation where we'll go through all the clues and construct a narrative. So if you have thoughts in your mind already, start getting an idea so that we can debate it when we come back.
Okay. You want to go over, before we go back, why don't you read the text of the move? Yes. And remind everybody of the clues that are options to include.
Indeed. Okay. The text of the answer question move. When the players engage in a conversation about the answer to a question, once they've gathered enough clues, and reach a consensus, you will roll 2d6, adding the number of clues incorporated or explained away. So red herrings count. You can be like, that's a red herring. And then subtract the complexity score. So the clues that are opportunities to include or explain away are the bloody gavel, the glowing talisman, the trapdoor, the blinking text saying, look up, the cut zip ties, the note you received, the hammer of justice will fall, the argument that was between Scott and Lee about some kind of lie, the ropes and pulleys that had been mysteriously added to the catwalks, as well as that straw man fake body wearing Lee's clothing up there. So that is 3, 6, 9 clues versus the potential -6 of the complexity. I'll let you start thinking about it.
All right.
Okay.
And we will be back in just a few minutes for the exciting climactic duel of Duel Justice. And we're back for the exciting climax battle of Duel Justice.
All right. So, y'all, I hope you had some time to think about this, but let's have the debate out right now. Just have an open, freewheeling discussion, as they say in the CFB space, of what's some theories? What do y'all think happened?
Okay.
I'm playing with my cat, so he does not shout during the
It's
stream.
so funny that you're
Oh,
writing
so
nothing right
cute.
now. I think it's possible that Lee actually did plan to like scare or intimidate Scott so he could get the role. And that's
Yeah.
what the Hammer of Justice will fall note was supposed to mean. That like that's actually a threat that Lee had given to Scott because Scott stole this lead from him. But what was supposed to happen was just going to be like something that would scare him off. And that maybe is what that dummy was for. Lee actually set up the dummy with his clothes. And there was supposed to be some kind of Scooby-Doo style, like, I'm bringing up Scooby-Doo a lot today. Scooby-Doo style, like, plot where the objective was just to get Scott to quit the production. And so with the help of some of the stage crew folks who also wanted Lee to play the lead, they set up a series of pulleys in the catwalks without the theater director's knowledge. And then like set up this trap for Scott. But something went either wrong or someone caught wind of it. Suspect number one on that would be Grace, who instead used it as an opportunity to frame Lee for something. I guess for murder. Grace wouldn't kill Scott though, right?
Can I make
Lee
a
was
pitch?
going to.
Sorry, that's I was really looking for a while now. I'm done.
No, you're good. No,
No,
you're running a theory. You go.
Yeah.
You go.
Yeah, that's
So
what
it
I
sounds
have.
like Lee was going to fake his own death to scare Scott. Like dropping
that
the
would
body, but
explain
also the
the
trap
dummy. Yeah, but then that wouldn't get him the role, though, would it? That doesn't totally hold water.
I maybe like I like a lot of what you're saying. I think like what you were talking about gave me an idea that maybe there was a mishap or a miscommunication of I think it was supposed to be Lee who is going to be killed, but then maybe they like stepped like they were in the wrong positions. Alyssa, you're also kind of I can't tell if you were also thinking this. Is that why you're nodding or
No, I just like it.
Oh, okay, cool. Maybe they were like, and so like potentially a lot of this is also a cover up of like, it's a mistake. Like Scott got killed instead. Whoops, we have to figure this out. Or we have to like, because I feel like I like the idea of like all of these people, all of these theater people are like, we loved Scott. What the fuck's up with Lee? We were all there. We're all eyewitnesses. Feels a lot like it feels like they're, you know, they're kind of covering it up. I don't know. Maybe there's something. Again, I never did theater, but like maybe there's something about like getting on the wrong mark. You know, like they kind of ended up on the wrong parts or something, and then people got different. Like, it doesn't connect all of the things. Like there's things that don't like clues that don't add up into this for me.
Walk through the clues that connect to it, Vidi, and then we can talk through the ones that don't as maybe red herrings.
Well, because so the bloody gavel and the hammer of justice will fall feels like they dropped a gavel on someone, but I didn't really find bludgeon wounds. It was clearly a stab. Looking up, trapdoor, we've talked about this. There feels like a distraction, and then maybe somebody came out of the trapdoor and did something. The ragdoll dressed as Lee could potentially have been some staging for an accident of a death. I don't know. I'm maybe pulling at. I'm literally pulling at threads.
I do think there's something really interesting between there being a trapdoor that was next to the body
Yeah.
And then, supposedly right above is a dummy of Lee, who was again supposed to be next to the body.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's something between that. Like, oh, like perhaps they were going to like do a dummy where like he's there and make him drop
And then make
replace
him
with
drop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a
Or-
tech failure or something.
I do love, and I think I heard it in a couple different places, I do love a tech department conspiracy for this. Like that does feel like a really strong, like there's some elements in both of the explanations so far, and I really do love that as a, like, they have feelings about this. What those feelings were and what they were trying to execute, whether that came out, is I think a good thread.
Also, just real quick, I love Tony. At this point, you're like CFP enjoyer.
I cannot
locking
not.
in.
I
You
should just stay
joined the
quiet.
table.
I
in
can't-
such a
I can't not. I love this is my
I
favorite
know.
thing in the world.
I love it. Tech conspiracy is fun. Dropping the dummy or putting the dummy at the trap door and it's supposed to drop or something. Zip ties, cut zip ties.
I
Somebody-
feel like the cut zip ties and the arguing about a lie could be that like there had been a previous sort of conspiracy or attempt for the tech department to get Scott out of the way, and Scott was confronting Lee about it, and the zip ties were like, I don't know, supposed to hold something together on the set, and someone cut them, and so Scott was confronting Lee about like, why would you do this? Like, why would you lie about this being set up when here's evidence that they're not set up?
Oh, zip ties not to hold a person, but to hold a thing.
An object, yeah.
Yeah.
What was Lee supposed to be there then? Like, was he supposed to be a part of it?
Oh.
Interesting.
No, they have to keep.
Well, the show must go on.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not
And
going to
he's
let
the
their
under-
work go to waste. They learned their lesson from the giant Oz head.
And they do, and I think that's like a whole thing, right? Is they are all like, well, this is everything to us. This
Yes.
production needs to happen. I have okay. To circle back to our clues real quick, there's the glowing green talisman that Justine has that I personally have not been able to find a nice way
Yeah.
to fit that in.
Me neither.
And I'm not sure what that could be. Technically speaking, we don't need to use everything. We should for optimal.
And you can explain it away of like,
Yeah.
maybe she just likes to wear that. But also, if you wanted another angle, I would remind you that there was a Student Security Council member on the cast of the play. And,
Yes.
Justine is the leader of the Student Security Council. So maybe there's something tied there too.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Oh, that's so interesting. And then the security member was also like, who the fuck does Lee think he is or something? Or no,
Yeah.
it was a little
They were
like
he's a creep.
yeah.
It is like nobody seems to have a nice thing to say about Lee other than the teachers saying he was a very good actor, right?
Mhm.
Like it's difficult to imagine there's no character witnesses other than Rayon having been friends with Lee to really kind of get a picture of him in a positive way, which is why I kind of feel like the idea of him maybe being sort of sinister appealing, I guess. But
Yeah. Oh my god, did Lee do it?
Oh wait, okay. I mean, Freddie was happy to buy that Lee did it when the really cool trench coat, sunglasses, and mask girl said so, but that was when he thought she was single. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
the other thing, it could be like you go in a completely different direction. The goofy cop who was trying to learn all those lines, could have orchestrated the entire thing to get rid of both of the other options so that he would get the role. But I don't. We'd have to come up with a completely new narrative around making that happen.
That's what this whole part is for.
Yeah. Okay. Bloody gavel. Threatening note. Camera justice will fall on you.
We don't have a bead on this guy in anything but that one scene, so we easily could have dropped the note. He has potentially leverage over the stage crew, who, I don't know how many of y'all are in theater. Stage crew's always up to something. Bad boys of the theater department, right? So it could be that either he gives them a get out of jail free card, or can let pass some incident of them like getting drunk or high on school grounds that would get them to cooperate with him in this. He would have the means to get access to wherever he would have to in order to drop notes to draw both Lee and Scott there.
Right.
So the trap door is where he could be hiding. He'd go in, he can do the stabbing, then disappear. The thing that we don't have, and then Lee and Scott could be arguing about a lie that Lee thinks that Scott brought him there, and Scott thinks that Lee brought him there, but neither of them are responsible. The only thing there that we still don't have any thoughts about. Something. Sorry, what?
No, keep going, and then I'll
Sorry.
Okay. The bloody gavel we never actually found. So he could have it. Could be part of the murder situation. I don't have anything for the talisman, and I don't have anything for the crash test dummy in this particular iteration of the story or the zip ties. But that's one potential thread we could pull on.
I could see there being something about, like, if the shitty cop was manipulating the tech crew, like one of them leaving the like look up message as a warning to and then having like, you know, thinking that it's like the ropes and the pulleys and all of that is it's not a distraction, thinking that that is the main thing. And so then when they look up, they see what's happening, they get off the mark, and so he has to actually physically interfere and stab him rather than using this scary distraction. The other thought I had was that if someone had tipped off Justine about whatever plot is happening, like she could have been watching from the rafters and that, or from the catwalk, and that would distract or add to the distraction of the moment and get people off mark in some way.
Yeah.
And then she has to cover it up and deal with it because, I mean, it can't be one of her people who was planning something bad. That wouldn't look right.
Yeah.
CIA situation.
Oh shit. Okay.
Right.
Scott fanboys wanted Scott killed, or people wanted Lee killed, but Scott got killed anyway, or Scott got killed accidentally, or try and get rid of both of them for a third person to be brought in. Those are kind of our three major routes. Should we on a broad, like on like this broad set, should we see if we pick one as a group to like go down and then we try and fill the evidences, the clues with?
Yeah.
Which one do we like? I completely forgot the first one. Scott got killed because, oh my god.
Team Lee, Team Scott, which is an accident, and then the third party.
Third party.
We know the name of that. We ever get the name of? We did. That was
Jacques.
That was
Jacques. Yeah.
That was the first of these puns that we heard, and Jacques Hughes. I always like this sort of Agatha Christie thing. If it turns out there was more than one scheme going on at the same time, and that they kind of conflicted with each other. So I wonder if we could maybe use,
I like Tech Crew tried to get rid of Lee, and I like security tried to weasel into this situation, and maybe like two competing plots, maybe even like, yeah, you're right, like interrupted each other and caused a murder to happen.
I mean, teenagers manipulating each other badly and someone dying is a really satisfying.
Is really satisfying. Yeah. And the show must go on.
I mean, they all have a motive to cover it up, just so the show can keep going, even if they weren't involved in the murder. So, let's see. How about?
How are we feeling? Okay, so we like Tech Crew and we like security being involved. So like potentially it was trying to kill Lee. Scott died by accident. And then they cover him up.
Okay, here's a thought. I'm gonna pitch something at you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Jacques Hughes thinks he's a great actor. He's not going to get a chance at this lead role. He really wants to do it. If only there was something I could do to get these two guys out of the way. Oh well, Then he's backstage. He's like an ensemble member or something, right? And he hears the Tech Crew planning a prank. Because the lead actors have both been, they've kind of been divas. Or maybe there's even a tradition among the stage crew, just as a way to kind of put themselves in the top of the food chain a little bit, or like maybe just to pull a little bit of class warfare between the cast and the crew. They always pull a big prank on the lead actor before opening. That's just like a tradition that they have. And so their plan was to make Scott think that he'd murdered Lee.
Yeah.
And they were going to set up this whole thing where he was going to see
the body
Lee
drop. Yeah.
Because like he couldn't handle being the understudy or something. And that was going to use the new pulley system. It was going to use the crash test dummy, and then they got Lee to cooperate in the bit. They were going to drop the dummy down onto the trap door.
Yeah.
Then they were going to swap the body with Lee, right? And Lee was going to go there, and he was going to have a like a deathly wound. We heard that one person talk about the sound of a can popping, a can of paint popping, right?
Yeah.
So this is somebody basically doing a makeshift squib.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be Lee's death, right?
Yeah.
Now, Jacques Hughes comes up with an idea of, I can use this to get rid of both of these guys, and get the role without anybody knowing I was involved. Jacques Hughes uses his resources as a cop to just kind of throw a wrench into the plot, right? He draws them both there with these notes at around the time the plan is supposed to happen. But the crew's not ready, right? They're not sure what's happening. So Lee's not on his mark. He's actually there. They never drop the dummy because that part of the plan hasn't been going according to plan. And so instead, Jacques uses the trap door, stabs Scott for real. Yeah. Stabs Scott for real. Lee never sees him because he's looking up like the sign says to do.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he forgot that was part of the plan.
Look up, trapdoor. Yeah.
Yeah. Then so they're arguing because they're not sure they're neither of them know why they're there. What I don't have here is the bloody gavel, the zip ties, the glowing talisman. The note is something that Jacques could have left with the server. Just passing by or whatever, and like as a way to try and get them off the trail. A classic, like a regular intimidation thing, rather than necessarily a pun about the gavel. This is just him just trying to spook them, right? I really have a hard time imagining how this green talisman could fit in.
Setting aside the green talisman, I could also see pitching. Is the bloody gavel, is that about Lee? Like, did he knock Lee out and tie him up to bring him there instead? Like, is Lee a victim of getting hit by the gavel and put in place with the zip ties? And then, like, he cuts him, like he uncuts them right beforehand. Scott is coming into position. Lee is unconscious on the floor. And like just to place Lee and use those two items.
And Lee Scott's is coming too. He sees Scott there, and he's like, "Why did you bring me here?" Scott's like, "I have no idea."
I did.
Like, you're a liar.
Yeah.
I know
there's
you did
the lie.
this, right?
Yeah. Even
so there's the lie.
Even the note could be a note between them to draw them there in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the lie being. That's a good. I like that with the zip ties. It's like, and the gavel. I think that's maybe because we never checked if Lee, was injured in any way. But didn't he say something about like I don't remember something? Am I wrong about that?
I mean, he couldn't get a word out. Basically, his sentences were very scrambled.
He's in shock.
So he could have been he was bonked over the head.
He could be concussed.
He could have been concussed. Yeah, Scott grabs the zip tie, like the cut zip ties, maybe in like a fit of like what the hell are these? Like,
yeah.
what
and
were
Lee
you gonna
doesn't have
do?
an answer, right? Because he doesn't even remember being tied up or released.
Maybe like was pre-given the knife. And like kind of doesn't recognize. Yeah.
Supposedly all the witness said he saw was pulling the knife out. So
yeah.
Okay. Well, if we really want to get the glowing green talisman in here,
it could just be explained away as like maybe that's just a weird fashion choice.
Sure. This is a stretch. This is like adding an entire episode or subplot into this, but maybe this is a talisman that would allow Justine to manipulate Lee's body so that he holds the knife and stabs him. But this is
magic.
This is like adding a whole other genre to our story.
I think there's also a vibe of like, so like, does Jacques just want this to, like, because he's really interested in theater and no longer being a cop, or is he doing this to like impress Justine or increase the prestige of the student security force? Like, is there an obsession?
Yeah, I was thinking about potentially even like trying to rise in the ranks of other stuff, or maybe there's school politics happening of like the security team is trying to infiltrate every single kind of department and club, and this is like a way to do that.
We have a lot of clues.
We have a lot of clues.
How hard this final final duel is. I feel like we can get by without the glowing green talisman.
Yeah. You're at +2 right now.
Yeah, we are at a +2 because we had 9 and we're missing basically one thing, which is the talisman. Yeah, I think we got everything else.
Yeah.
So let's pause here again before we do the roll. I want to kind of narrativize this. So
a good synthesis.
Again, Grace, as you were pressing Grace for an answer, who was it? We crossfade into back in the courtroom. It is now night, and all the student body is like filling the galley in the overflow. They have an actual judge at the judge's bench, and Justine is standing at the prosecution. She walks through her story of like it was a case of simple rivalry. We have the defendant, the accused Lee Allen, was jealous of not receiving the leading role. Therefore, he decided to take it by force, calling Scott to this room here, right in the center, and stabbing him in cold blood. The one thing he was not prepared for was a witness to see it all, et cetera, et cetera. Like, there's like the rabble from the audience when they say that. The judge is like, interesting. you three are standing in the defense. And we kind of start as they all have just laid out this story ahead of us. You explain this separate series of events and these clues you discovered. Um, and as we see we see these scenes as you describe appear on the screen, like the television screen for us, the audience. Here's what really happened. Who would like to roll the dice for this?
Please no, not me.
Oh, let me think. Who do I
It's 2d6.
It's a straight 2d6.
Yeah, it's 2d6 plus 2.
Okay.
And you'll have at the end of this fingered Jacques Q's. I should have probably said different words.
No, that's great. That's exactly what we're doing.
Exactly.
I can roll it, I suppose. I'll do it. I'll be the. It'll be put on.
Jacques Q's.
Oh, great. Okay, that was an 8 plus 2. That's a 10.
That's a 10.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right.
Our troubles are over.
Oh hell yeah.
On a 10 plus, the answer is correct, and you may now follow up the ensuing opportunity with no issues. So that ensuing is you have now defended your friend in court. The whole crowd jumps to a complete fever pitch. They are so surprised, and Jacques stands awkwardly behind Justine, steps hides behind her some. Whenever you finally do the accusatory point, hold it, objection, and finally a spotlight shines down and points towards him, and he slowly steps out, and he's again a kind of spindly young man, but he straightens up. He's like, yeah, I might have done it. What? He just lifts up his arm. Try and catch me. And then he pulls his card out, and suddenly there is a puff of fog as the stage is overtaken in this smoke. And everyone it obscures everything. And it just before you lose sight of Jacques, you see a mask in his hand from the card that he's drawn. He puts it on, and then suddenly he is someone else disappearing into the crowd. He has just played the metamorphosing mask. This is an aspect of object, a chameleon's disguise, hiding the user's identity from all those who seek to uncover it, because we are now in the climax duel.
Okay.
Dramatic music. This is a slightly different type of duel than just a regular by the numbers duel, because this is going to involve all of you.
Yes.
So essentially, the way this is going to work is, in order to defeat the climax duelist, you must beat him a number of times equal to his threat level, which in this episode is 2. So you got to beat him twice. The other thing to note is that you all may collectively define a ritual. All unmarked power words are available, so you can combine up how you will, but narratively, only one of you is playing the card.
Okay. Am I allowed to make the climactic duel a void duel?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Good.
Okay. So describe to me what happens when you make this a void duel.
So I think oh, okay. I like the idea of so the stage kind of changes, or there's the mist and it's obscuring, and then tries to run away. And then I think even in the crowd, people are kind of panicking and shuffling. But then there's there's no end to it, as in I think we let's say camera sticks on our guy who's running around, and then like runs through into the darkness thinking there's a door, but then shows back up on the other side of the stage, like as if it wraps around. And then like, so it's like this kind of inky void that goes all the way out into nothing. It's like you can't leave the duel. And then also like I want the environment to change in a way. I think my touchstone is going to be Shaolin Showdown, where it's like it feels like it utilizes what's there and kind of makes it more of like a dangerous or kind of interesting, weird, esoteric space. So I think like, you know, the stands get bigger, or like the stands get bigger. The judges booth, or the, you know, where the judge sits, like gets really tall and high. And like a space kind of clears out in the middle for an actual duel to take place. And of course, you know, you see Rayange like how does it go? It's like, what is his little transformation thing again?
His hair goes back.
Yeah, it's like
tattoos.
You see
takes off the puffer jacket.
Yeah, you see the breath, because again, it's like it's cold in here for some reason now. Because a void duel is cold. It's cold in here. He takes off the puffer jacket, slicks his hair back. The gold marks show up. And he goes, "Where do you think you're going? You can't escape from your fate." And then I'll play a card. If
What's
folks
at
want to
stake?
help me out. Huh? Oh, right. I
What's
get to
at
establish what's at stake. Sorry. Because of the void duel. Oh, this is so season 1. This is so season 0.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I meant to say. It's so very season 0. So it has to be like, it has to be ironic, right? It's your sense of justice. It's greed and hubris and justice all mixed into one. I think it's, I don't know. There's something here. I have too many thoughts. What's at stake is your ability to lie, or tell that. It's like you must always tell the truth. But in doing so, I think the irony here is that you can never lie, so you will always be caught for what you do. You can never do any wrong. But then also, if you think about it, acting is just lying. And so you will never be able to act ever again either.
Yes.
Oh, that's so cruel.
Taking everything from him.
Oh,
that's delicious. How can he be? You can't lie. You can't be an actor, and you certainly can't be a cop. His life is over.
His life is over.
I will say though, this is a climax duel, and all of you are participants. It is at stake for him and at stake for you.
Oh, I love
that. No.
Oh no, Heather.
What
How do I make money?
First card to be played. Again, you have all unmarked power words at your disposal. You can together, like the theorize roll, create your ritual against him. But again, one of you is going to play it narratively, and then we gotta do this at least 2 times. We'll see how the rolls play out.
I can play this first one because we can all add in, but I have inescapable, like specifically I have inescapable, which I feel feels very thematically appropriate. Yes. Inescapable and doomed as well, which could be like, you know, you're doomed to deal with this problem.
I will say this is a rare ritual, so it's at -3.
So we actually
you just have your numbers to play.
Yeah. But I can use multiple, so I could do both. Yeah.
Feel free, as many as you'd like. You have all unmarked ones available.
I'll do doomed, inescapable. I have a lot of power words because that's what I kind of built my guy around. So I could just stack a bunch for this first roll, but if anybody wants to add anything to this first one, I also have abyss, which feels appropriate, or gate.
Yeah, I have virus, gold, and untouchable, which don't quite fit this, I think. This first one.
I've got 5 stashed right now, so I'm happy to do this. Also, last time I used my my deck, I didn't really properly understand the rules, and so the spell I came up with had nothing to do with the words. So I definitely want to take on the challenge here. I have brass knuckles, shield, indignation, righteous, and blue. So
Oh, interesting. Okay. It's a -3. What do I need to roll again? So I'm rolling on the okay, I need to get a 7 to 9, basically. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, you need to it'll be at a -3. You need to get 7 to 9 or 10 plus. Essentially we're just doing a duel several times. So right now your job is to generate a ritual by selecting an aspect. The aspect can be creature, object, or effect, and then mark any power words you'd like to use in this card. And then once you're ready, describe how it appears, incorporating those power words and the aspect as key features, and then give it a cool name if you can before we roll.
Okay.
And again, this is the Metamorphosing Mask is a rare ritual, so you'd be rolling at a -3.
Okay. I'm gonna tick 5 for this because I think thematically I have a card that could do this. And at the very least sets up if the two of you want to combine for the kill after also. Because a +5, I mean a +6 guarantees it. So I could also do black, and then I could just I can stack as many as I want. I feel like I need
do
Just
it.
go for
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
So
tell me.
I'll roll a +6 to guarantee us a single win. In a
Describe me
void
your
duel.
ritual.
Okay, so I pull out my ritual glove. It is, of course, very goth and emo. It's got a bunch of silver jewelry and chains just falling off of it, with a big skull in the middle, like an embossed skull, like a metal skull, hanging out. And I draw cards from the mouth, or it kind of comes out. And then I play. Okay. I play fuck. Oh, I forgot what it is. I guess I could do the actual god of the I could do like I play Yama, Harbinger of Death. And then it is Doomed, Skull, Black, Inescapable, Abyss, and Gate is what I'm rolling with. Should I play
here?
Okay, so I think it comes up as a giant gate to hell, right? With like like a big skull and a big kind of grim reapery looking guy kind of hanging around it. And then I think like almost like a hook and chain that will grab you and pull you in if you try and run away from the gate itself.
Okay. Hell yeah. Okay. So you're using 6 words. This is at
Using 6
-3, so it's 2d6 plus 3.
Okay, cool. It'd be great. Okay, great. Yeah. I rolled an 8. This is plus
That's
3.
11.
That's an 11. Close.
All right. Describe how you win this duel or win this phase of the duel. He's running away. He's like disguised his identity, but then you did all this shit.
I think that's the thing is that like it looks like he's in the crowd and maybe he's like, "Oh, you'll never find me." But then Yama like spins the like scythe or whatever, and it immediately chains to the real one. Like it only sweeps and grabs the actual target Jacques and then pulls them in to the duel arena and like locks them in place.
Yeah, you restrain him, and he's now his identity has been once again laid bare. And as the mask is like removed from his face, he returns back to that tall, lanky guy. But there's a new pallor to his skin. He's much more pale. There's dark circles under his eyes, and he's fights against the chains before busting through them to draw another card. And as he holds it up, a giant hammer, a massive gavel of ivory and pearl appears in his hands, and he rushes to strike you 3. This is the ultimate hammer of justice, aspect
Uh-huh.
of object, an overwhelming gavel made of ivory and pearl used to define truth and enforce the user's justice. Um, he is now posed to attack you once again. What will y'all do to play and defeat him?
I mean, we got a lot of protection words in here. So I feel like there's a pretty easy, like, shield up and then hit with brass knuckles type deal.
Yeah,
And
I have a
judgment.
shield and I have brass knuckles. I have so yeah, I will play is it time for me to like properly do a duel to do that, or
Yes. And by the way, this is a
YouTube
super
can.
rare
Yeah.
card. This is at
okay,
a
super
minus
rare.
4.
All right, I have been
Oh.
thinking of an idea of using all of these of using all of my 5 words here. I'm sorry, I forgot the phrase, the proper phrase. Power word. Thank you. All right, so Freddy is using brass knuckles, shield, indignation, righteous, and blue, and this is how it manifests. Okay,
Is there any? Do you want to borrow any from Heather?
I do have untouchable if you want that in addition to shield.
God, that's
do
cool.
you have do we want to just throw all of ours together so we get to fully participate in the final blow and there's no chance of failure?
Yeah,
Sure.
synchro.
So I have untouchable, gold, and virus is the one I'm like, I'm not sure how that.
Okay.
Virus.
Okay. So here's what I was going to try and do. I was going to try and basically use this spell to deputize the crowd. Giving them each their shield and their blue, but they are a righteous force of justice. And they are very indignant about justice being subverted by this person who's supposed to represent it. And they all each have a pair of brass knuckles. Now, if we want to keep this rocking with your words here, it's not necessary. If it's magic, we don't have to necessarily give it a cause. And this is actually kind of ghoulish. But we could spread this power by means of a virus that makes you a cop.
I was gonna say, and you're deputized with like a little gold like sheriff's badge or whatever.
Yeah.
It's no, it's like a citizen's arrest. It's
Citizens
like a virus
on
of it could be it could be the
I've been trying to think
populace, you know?
Well, the thing is, like, I'm trying to think about, like, the fun contradiction I try to create with Freddy being the law is that Freddy is, like, sort of an anarchist and really, like, seriously distrusts authority and has, like, reason to. But he's also harboring this lawful neutral thing in his body, which kind of reminds him, which kind of is an unhealthy reminder that, like, a lot of really intense sort of left-leaning scolds, his real dream is to just be a cop, but good, right? Like he wishes, he wants to pass judgment. He just wants it to be righteous, and he doesn't trust the real systems to be that way. And he has to hate that part of himself, right? Because like, no, I don't trust cops. It's like, yeah, but what you want to do is bring the cops to justice. So you want to be a cop. You could be in internal affairs. So the idea of him putting these two ideas together and just kind of deputizing the entire crowd and give everybody the authority to take down the bad cop, I think, is something that is a good representation.
How many words was that?
That's 8.
5 from me, 5 from me, and we have 3 from you.
I love this.
All right. So is that -4? So you'll be rolling +4. Which of you two would like to make the dual roll?
I did a duel this session, so you should do it.
Yeah.
All right, Dylan, 2d6 +4.
It's an 8.
Oh, hell yeah.
It was still mathematically possible to blow it, and we did not blow it.
Well, of course,
Barely.
right?
All right, describe how this happens. Like, what happens next?
Alyssa, do you want to take the ball? Because I did the last.
Yeah, I think that it starts with this shield on us, blocking us, but then the rest of the crowd, it's dispersed. They're all deputized, and they rush in and surround this hammer and surround Jacques. And what do they do to him?
They throw him in the gate.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
throw the gate.
They throw him into the gate.
Send him to hell.
Oh man.
All right. So all this happens, and slowly, just unnaturally, we slowly return to reality. We exit the void. The judge's bench draws back in, and you're just there in the middle of this atrium. The entire student body just packed in this little space, and in the center is Jacques Hughes, just completely stone-faced. And with that, we draw to a close.
And that
I have, yeah.
And somebody, maybe the judge goes, gavel, bang bang. With that, we've reached dual justice.
There it is. Okay. I want we went a little long there. Thank you all for bearing with me. I got a little bit left before we close the session, if that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to receive each of y'all. Give me a little bit epilogue for your character. Like, what happens after today? How do you continue out your life? Just give me a little scene. Very short.
I know mine. Which is that Heather does take on the lead role of the school play and is
my God.
absolutely terrible at it. She is not a good actor. She does not like emotions. But her parents paid everyone in the audience to applause, so it is the most successful school play to date.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
It's just like a light flashes on, and everyone's like,
yeah,
Exactly.
that's great. Oh, I love that. I think Rayange, I don't know, continues to. God, you're right. He did have kind of a normal character, like a normal teenage character arc there, huh? Of just accepting his feelings and realizing that things can be okay. And that friendship is beautiful. And so I think like you see him maybe like actually kind of make friends and specifically with the two of you, like have broken out of a kind of shell and maybe kind of has a balance between his shadow self and his light self as they potentially kind of, maybe have a Yami Yugi situation going on between the two of them. Feels about right.
Freddy decides that after being kind of an outsider, just being mad at the world and distrustful as a reflex, he's going to put himself out there and run for student council. And he's going to ask Heather to help him run the campaign and for Ranch to be like one of his also like sort of like asks Ranch like, hey, can you like help me talk to people?
Oh, yeah.
And like trying to basically start like, well, instead of just being angry, what if I try to solve problems?
That's nice.
That's nice. All right. Other thing, let's just quickly run through our homework questions. Did you answer a question? Yes. Did you resolve an episode? Yes. Freddie did receive an echo from the past. Yes. What other homework do we have left? Alyssa, what did you mark?
Did you use your money to get yourself out of a sticky situation? Arguably in the epilogue, I did do that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And the new one I took was, did you perform an act of kindness under a veneer of selfishness? And you could say, one might say, that taking the mantle of this lead in the school play was an attempt at that to get everyone to actually have their work be shown after all of this drama.
Oh, I love that so much.
I like that.
Freddie, what was your homework?
My homework was, did I experience anything from the past? Did that. Did you try leading another character down the path of righteousness? I guess you could say that trying to get Grace to name the killer.
Sure.
Could be that. Did I punish someone for failing to meet my moral standard? I sure did.
Yeah,
So I feel like I did 5 out of 5 here today.
there it is. All right, Rayanch.
I did Digimonologue. I kept Digimonologue about the inescapable forces of entropy. I guess when I played my card, it was a little bit of like, you can't escape what you've done. And my card itself was potentially a manifestation of the inescapable forces of entropy. So I'll give it. And then did you watch something die without interfering? I didn't. I didn't interfere with that final card, so I'll give myself that. In that I guess I stopped them from leaving, but I did just watch them lose everything.
After putting up those stakes.
Yeah, you know. Does that count as interfering? I don't know.
You know what? I think it's wonderful. Okay. One last thing. I'm so sorry, but I want to have one last echo from the past. We didn't have you do one, Rayanch, and to close out, let's just have one last vision of the ancient city. What law enacted by the King of Games caused you to turn against him?
Oh, I think in a pursuit of potentially like immortality, had stopped kind of like death rights to keep as many things here on the mortal plane as possible. And I go, nope, that's fucked.
Amazing. All right. And that is Ritual Deck. Thank you for playing Dual Justice.
Dual Justice.
Dual Justice.
Let's do our reaction roll real quick, which is a live stream inside of a live stream. It's our chance to sit down with the creator we just played and talk about playing that game in a day. We're talking about Ritual Deck, which is, Evan, give people the quick elevator pitch of Ritual Deck one more time.
Yes, Ritual Deck, you will play as teenage card duelists, dealing with a lot of things going on. Not only your own personal struggles, but also having a amnesiac spirit, trying to figure out what's going on while an ancient evil returns to take over the world or do something. It is a fun game where you're solving mysteries and getting out of shenanigans.
Awesome. You say it's fun, but let's hear from our players. I think it's
I
fun.
love that.
Too. About what they thought. As we go around, folks, just introduce yourself, where folks can find you, what your thoughts were about playing the game, and if you have a question for Evan, this is a great time to toss one out. Let's go first to Scholar Gamer, Viditya Voleti. Viditya, tell people who you are, what you do, where they can find you, and what it was like to play Ritual Deck.
Hi, everyone. I'm Viditya Voleti. Oh no!
Oh no!
I think my internet just kicked for a second. I was seeing it happen in real time, and I was like, no. If I'm still here, good.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm Viditya Voleti. You can find me online everywhere at Viditya Voleti. Where my games are on itch and on Blue Sky and such. What did I think about this game? I really liked it. I thought it was very, very fun. I had mentioned that this is my first Carved by Brindlewood, so there was also just a lot of enjoyable elements of being able to mess around in that that I think just fit really well in just the theme. Also, like, I'm a big fan of Yu-Gi-Oh, if that wasn't obvious from everything, but I really enjoy it, and I like the idea of just kind of a weird world that runs on card games, and solving mysteries in that is so fascinating to me. So thematically, like, kind of everything just worked really well, down to like the moves and the mechanics itself. I was very curious about like the kind of duel of it, or like making up cards. I feel like whenever you tackle a like, I'm gonna make a card game anime, or any like game anime, like RPG, like how do you simulate the actual game? And you're taking a very narrative quick approach to it, which I like seeing the full spectrum. And this like worked really well in that you just need to grab a few words, make up something cool about it, roll a move, and then move forward, which I think is like worked really well. It lets me play into kind of anything. Ritual deck can be kind of anything I want. Like I'm sure table by table might even like flavor it differently and how it's played and how it kind of feels, which is really fun. I like that part of it a lot. I have a lot of thoughts I could keep. I mean,
do you have any questions you want to ask Evan?
Ooh, any questions? Let me think. Did I have any questions? I know you had mentioned that you wanted to like introduce more like more big bads, because you kind of just have the King of Games elements, and last time you were like, what about big kaiju? What about like how do these people tackle stuff? I was interested in that. Like, what's like the meta the campaign story of this with like the ancient city? I don't know if I have like a specific question. I think I just really if you maybe want to just talk about like we played a one shot, but like what do you see like this art, like this overarching story look like?
So the idea behind this is what I borrow heavily from the Between in this and how they handle masterminds, where essentially there is a big bad guy behind everything happening or involved somehow. And there is some kind of tracker that keeps like, oh, this unlocks the next layer of the campaign where this new mechanic will occur or this scene will play out. So for the King of Games specifically, this tracker, and this, I guess, for the game, is the echoes from the past. Every time you unlock a new memory, the campaign moves forward. So by the nature of your spirits remembering the past, by nature of us illustrating what the ancient city was, we are moving towards the end, where this great leader, in the case of the King of Games, is gaining power, and he has some kind of plan to take back what was once his. Different big bads will have different ancient cities.
Oh, fun.
And so, for example, the kaiju one, my current concept is that the kaiju is this massive turtle, and the city was on its back before one day it sunk, and it was like an Atlantis vibe. And now it's coming back. This one, King of Games, it was a floating city in the past. Every big bad has a list of thematically associated scenes or just like cultural details. So like I only made you guys give us scenes because that's more appropriate for a one shot. But also we could explore things of like what was like the most popular cafe people ate at, or how were people punished in this city. Every episode also has a couple thematic echoes, which we got to explore in the first part of this session. In Dual Justice, one of that was, how does a person defended you when you were accused of a crime? So no matter how you play the game, you're going to have a completely different past ancient city. Even if you use the same big bad, it's going to just play out completely differently based on the episodes you play, the characters you're working with.
Yeah, that's really cool. I really like that. That sounds like a very enticing overarching story.
Awesome. Let's pop down to Alyssa. Tell people about who you are, what it was like to play the game, and if you have any questions for Evan.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, y'all. I'm Alyssa. You can find me on Blue Sky and itch.io at A Disaster Queer. You can find UST, which is my collaborative two-player game about Bolivia's lesbians, either on itch or from Plus One EXP in physical copy. It is beautiful, and I'm so happy about it. This was also my first Carved from Brindlewood game, so I really enjoyed the answer the question phase. I think it was very fun to piece together all the clues. I also really love a game that has the sort of abstract wounds and conditions that we had here. I think that those were very fun to pull on and quite spooky. Like the nurse's office one was worrying. And I think that was great.
like that.
Just overall, like, there was so much flavor in all of the moves and the playbooks, and having the puzzle questions and having the two different tracks of puzzle questions, I think is a really interesting like design. So you have that choice, but one of them you had to progress linearly. I think that you have mentioned off screen or maybe on screen, like having ideas for more playbooks as well. Is there any of those that you would like to share? Because I am curious.
Yeah, the idea behind most of the playbooks, Scion withstanding, is that they are the spirit inhabiting your character. So I've been trying to think of the different playbooks inhabit like maybe their role in that society. I shouted out in the chat earlier that I was kicked around the idea of something called the Ace, whose whole deal is literally just they're really good at ritual deck and they have like one card that everything is a uh, extrapolation from that one card. So they'd be operating with slightly different duel rules. I have an idea for one called the Sage, who can like kind of limitedly see the future and do stuff. And a few others are not coming to mind right now, but yeah, plenty more ideas for those. And this also gets to the idea of that this game is incredibly modular, and I wanted it to be to the point that anyone could create their own and play that, and it would just fit right in.
Love it. And then last but not least, Dylan, why don't you tell people all the things, what it was like to play the game, and if you have any questions for Evan, drop them out.
Well, once again, I've been Dylan Roth. I am the host of the Pod Universe with Dylan and Dalton, where we bring in basically feature-length screenplays, read and perform them, and then integrate them into a larger universe of stories with recurring characters. We also have guests. Our most recent one was Vera Drew, the director and star of The People's Joker, who came in and pitched her take on Jurassic Park. I'm also in the band No Jersey, whose album Mondo Cool just came out yesterday. I had a great time playing this. The thing that I think probably I'm certainly unique in this group as being somebody who does not play a lot of tabletop games. But I'm often put off by the math and the homework. And this particular game involved very little math and no homework to the extent that I didn't even have to come up with a character before we started playing. Something really grew organically in the process of playing the game. I really liked building Freddy around the tools that you gave us and around the interactions of the character. It felt much more like writing than pre-writing. I felt like just in the process of play, I was discovering my own character along with other characters. That was just really delightful. I think that this is, again, as I said last time, it's possible this is a Boss Baby thing, and this is just Brindlewood Bay. That this is a similar kind of thing, and you've added your own flavor on top. So I have to give. I'll let you attribute the credit wherever it goes entirely. But like I had a lot of fun doing this. I would happily play again. My question for you would be, I guess having to do with more of the other modules that are already, the other episodes that are in here. Do you have? I know that you have ones that have different vibes and different inspirations that you're kind of pulling from. I have to imagine that there is some straight up tournament anime stuff in here too, right?
Yes, that's actually I have a recommended starting episode, which is takes place during a tournament, where you're dealing with a group of punks that disrupt the tournament, and they are skater punks. You got to track them down. They stole and counterfeited a bunch of cards. So there is that episode. I know on the podcast in my ad copy, I talked about there being Metal Gear influence. I have a whole Metal Gear Solid episode.
Oh my
Very
god!
Curious about the Metal Gear Solid episode.
I really wanted to run it, but that is like a 3-session episode and maybe a late game episode too. So I was like, it'd be a bit much to start off with.
Awesome. Evan, tell people a little bit more about your work, where they can find you. And if you have any questions for the players, now's a great time to ask.
Yeah, I'm J. Evan Parks. By day, I run a nonprofit called the Writers League of Texas, where we support writers at every stage of their career, whether just starting out or publishing their 10th book. We have a lot of programming to assist with that. But by night, I am a writer and game designer. Ritual Deck is my first full game, but I've written for other Carved from Brindlewood games, such as Public Access and In Between, both stuff officially for the Gauntlet as well as for self-publishing purposes. Um, the Gauntlet's a wonderful thing. Carved from Brindlewood's by Jason Cordova, based on the Brindlewood Bay mystery game. Fantastic game. I highly recommend it. And it's just, again, brings that writerly aspect out. And that's why I connected so heavily is that I'm a writer. I did not consider myself a game designer until I played Brindlewood Bay, until I played Public Access. And I was like, oh, it could be this. I can just do this. And that unlocks so much for me, where it's just like, oh, I just have to come and sit and play a story with my friends as opposed to worrying about all the math, the taking hours and hours and hours to make a character, much less even start playing, and then you're just sitting and waiting for your turn. I'm not saying the game, but you know what I'm saying. um, so that's what drew me into this, and now there's just so many ideas popping up. I believe in that anyone can be a writer, anyone can tell a story, and that these game systems provide such an easy way of on-ramping you into that mode of thinking. I can be found, my Blue Sky is also my itch, drlemons.itch.io. Hit me up. If you play this game, please tell me how it goes, because my favorite thing is just to hear how people's stories go. I left so many details open for y'all to define that I just want to know what weird avenues you end up in.
That's awesome. Any questions for the players?
I am struggling to think of any questions, honestly.
That's fine.
I'm just like, I'm riding high from the session.
Yeah. I had a blast watching. Obviously, probably should have just kept my mouth a little bit more shut, but do love a theorized conversation.
Yeah.
So I loved it. You should have kept your mouth shut.
No. I meant like, yeah,
that was like, that's how you know it's good. It's like you're kind of just supposed to be moderating and be like, but what about? I think that was really cool.
Yeah, I tried to not proffer anything and just add questions and help with a little bit of structuring. But yeah, it's one of my favorite things. When everybody knows what they're doing and that push me pull you of y'all all coming in with different ideas. I loved watching Dylan get halfway through and be like, wait, no, stop. It didn't work, but you're still already pulling out ideas. And that's what's so important about that. So really glad to have everybody on. Thank you all so much. It was a joy to host you all. Please go follow these fine people. You can get all of their games over on Plus One, or most of their games, because we haven't published anything by Dylan yet. We'll see what happens in the future. But you can get UST Longsword and Ritual Deck. And if you ordered all three of them, you get free shipping until midnight tonight if you're watching this while it's live, or later on in the day today. And there's probably some free discounts floating around if you're in our Discord or just new to the site. You're going to get 5% off just for signing up for our email list. Go check all those things out. Dylan was very complimentary of it off stream, but RPG Zine Club is our main way of getting all these great games out into the world. If you haven't checked it out, go to rpgzine.club. You can also get that same 5% discount on that, and check it out. It's a great gift for yourself now or in the new year if you want to support new and emerging games. The last thing I will shout out is head over to ttrpg.link/Hinterlight. It is a gothic Fae world building ritual and game that is funding live right now over on Kickstarter from the team at Gossamer Close. It's 90% funded. It's so close to funding. Would love to see it push over today or over the weekend so we can start unlocking stretch goals from people like Charlie Ferguson Avery, Jay Dragon, Super Dylan, and other amazing creators who we have lined up as stretch goals for that game. That's at ttrpg.link/Hinterlight. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Robbie has done a killer job with the visuals, and Tyler has done an amazing job with the words that are in that book. Can't wait to get it out into y'all's hands, but go check it out over at ttrpg.link/Hinterlight. We'll be back next week playing Midnight in a Perfect World on Saturday. We're going to play some Pine Tar of Claw's Manor as our Wassailing Christmas game. We're gonna get a lot of cool streams coming up, including a conversation with Rowan next Wednesday for our Intrepid Explorers. So if you aren't subscribed to wherever you're watching this yet, go ahead and hit that follow or subscribe button. Until next time, we've never figured out a good way to end this stream. We're all just gonna wave at the camera until I take us off air. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.